starters. One out of a million will reach those heights. Always had a feeling that I won't deny that work. Never could die. Look in my eyes, I'm on the rise.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I think we figured out the sound issue this time around. We have our sound here ready for you guys. Hope you can now hear me. I'm pretty sure you can. Thank you so much for sticking around. We understand, technical issues are a thing, and I hope you guys understand and appreciate the production we're trying to put on. We definitely need sound there so you can hear what me and Levin are saying. Again, you didn't hear us. We said, hi, welcome. It's going to be a great set of games. We're going to hop into them shortly. It's WarLegend last session here. And of course, I'm joined by Levin. Levin, as always, is ready. He's killing it. And Levin, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited as well, man. I'm excited, obviously, as I said previously, which people didn't hear. We obviously, we've had 5 great sessions, and jumping into the last one, really looking forward to seeing who's actually going to be able to clutch up and make sure that they make the finals. And should be a great set of games.
It should be a great set of games indeed. We do have a lot of teams that have been moved around, invited back due to a lot of cancellations and a lot of players wanting to focus on duos instead. So the leaderboard is going to look a little different than what we expect. But again, this is the last session, right? As then we're going to look to fill up the rest of the series. The leaderboard, remember, top 25 go on throughs. You see 1 through 25 being there. It's going to be a fight for those top spots, Levin, and it's going to be very, 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 very close.
Yeah, it's gonna get dicey here. Obviously, if you're looking at the leaderboard, you want to make sure that you're in that top 25, right? Anybody after 25, if you're competing today, you want to make sure you get a score that is sufficient for being in that top 25. And if you're in anywhere from, I'd say 19th, right? 19th and below, you want to make sure you improve your score because you don't want to risk getting kicked out today, right? You want to make sure that you're in that final and ready to compete for 50,000 euros.
Yeah, 50,000 euros is going to be what is on the line. It is a lot of money. Levin, I ask you every single time. Not every time. I've asked you, I think a couple times. What would you do with 50,000 euros, man? I feel like I would just invest it all. I am too much of a saver to not invest it all.
Yeah, I think that's obviously the smart choice, a humble choice. Kind of invest your money, try to grow it, and I think if I was a financial advisor, which I'm not, thankfully, I'd probably advise people to kind of save and invest it. Or you can just go on a shopping spree. 50,000 euros is a lot. I'm sure you could buy a lot of things with 50,000 euros. So, hey, I wonder how people, who do end up winning some money, end up spending it.
Yeah, and we will see that. It is going to happen on December 16th to the 8th, and then on the 18th, not through the 18th. So you guys will be able to watch that, of course, live here on WarLegend Net. There's also going to be a lot of other broadcasts in other languages other than English. So you guys can check those out. We'll get those links there for you on the day of the finals, making sure we have everybody ready there on the back end. So we're out here trying to be as accessible to the European population as possible. I think the keys that did go out, we're waiting for everybody to get on in. Levin, going to be some exciting games. One of the last few squad actions we'll get to see for this year, at least.
Yeah, right. It's obviously duos are back, and everyone's been kind of grinding out duos. Obviously, today was a solo cash cup, so I know most players will be, recovering from just playing their solo games. But people kind of switched their mindset to duos. But it's important for any teams competing in these sessions that you got to make sure you have that last hurrah for squads, right? It's if you're in the finals, regardless, you want to do well because you're competing for a lot of money. So kind of being able to make sure that you're not 100% fixated on duos and you still have that kind of squad mentality ready for the games.
Exactly, indeed. Is duos is sort of similar, right? I mean, you're just losing half of your squad there, and so it's gonna. I feel like it's gonna play a little bit similar. You have high ground late game. You really defend it well. You should be able to pick up the victory royale. I feel like that's gonna be sort of the play style with the lack of mobility that we see on this in this chapter in this map. We may get some more in the new year that may change up if they end up doing with duos into the future. We don't know. We only know that it's going to be for Winter Royale. So, Levin, do you think we're going to get duo, squad, solos, trios in the new year? What is your prediction?
It's hard, right? With Epic, I have a prediction because it's something we'll never know. I'd assume we're gonna see duos, considering they're going into Winter Royale. I think a lot of Winter Royale is just kind of them testing what a duo competitive landscape would look like in this current meta and game state. Which as much as I did want to see squads continue, I know a lot of players don't like squads, and the biggest thing, right, is that even for us as casters, if the players aren't enjoying the game and they're not trying their hardest and not performing their best, it's not ideal for us. But a lot of players seem to love duos. A lot of players seem to be excited about duos. And at the end of the day, if they're excited about duos, I'm excited for duos because it means we have some great gameplay to cast. So hopefully we can just see as much, high level competitive Fortnite as possible. I know I'm going to be playing Winter Royale with probably one of my IRL friends or something. Just have a bit of fun, man. Why not? It's an open competition. That's one thing that I love about Epic, having these nice open competitions. You gonna take a shot at play some Winter Royale?
I don't think I will. Playing on 60 ping is a very hard disadvantage. Who knows? Maybe I play the first day because it is the victory or only elimination. So maybe I find someone to duo up with and we play that first day. Maybe hey, maybe we make some money, go back to my roots there. Let's still hold that $150 pretty high up there. I don't know. We'll see. I may put on may cast it as well, as I believe we'll get those games to you guys shown very, very, very soon. Now, there were a lot of teams that came in and went out, and just a lot of different changes there. So we don't have the normal graphics that we would, but we do have a lot of teams brought in again and playing very, very well. And I'm excited, Levin. I think, again, off-spawn contentions, like we always talk about, are going to be the talk of the day.
Yeah, it's those off-spawn contentions are what make the games that we see, right? Because certain teams, are eliminated early off the bat. If you have a really terrible engagement with another team and you have a situation where you guys are essentially almost like griefing each other, really affecting how the course through your games go, then obviously that's an important storyline to follow. So it'll be interesting to see who's contested, who's not. Some of the best places I think we've been able to watch this season so far be contested are places like Slurpee. Obviously, whenever we see the middle of the map like Salty and etc. be contested, that's always entertaining to watch. And then you have your slower pace fights like the steamy fights and whatnot. But I'm just excited to see who's able to come out on top in any of the fights we do see.
Yeah, and 80. Sorry, not 80. My apologies. And Sweaty Sands as well. More than likely a spot that could be contested. We'll see if it is this time around. I don't know if it is. We do see MCS Marcote going to take down some players. Bad Sniper going to try to hit a shot there with the sniper, but not going to, as the Vic is going to go down. He's going to down the player that just downed the Vic. Actually, Wayne last going to be a different player. Marcote going to go down there to Eric. We see Bad Sniper taking down Wayne last. We do see the Vic currently still just knocked out there. We'll see what they're able to do about it as shots are continue to go through. You do see Cracky going to take down Eric. We'll see what they're able to do as Rehas going to take down 7-4-1-2-3-5-3-1. Lazy Lake's always hotly contested here, 11.
Yeah, this is a spot on the map where a lot of people have kind of opted to land at. And fair enough, I've seen players have success here. Obviously, Benji Fish is known for landing here and doing pretty well as a solo player. As a squad, these squads are two squads we've seen land here before in WarLegend Invitational and in other competition. So no surprise that they are landing here today. I'm actually not a fan though of multiple squads contesting this place, right? As we hear the reboot going off. I think as much as it is quite a big POI, I don't actually think people realize that the loot here for two squads isn't actually the best. Like 9 times out of 10, a lot of the teams that come out of here don't end up having the best of loot.
Yeah, and it's not that good of POI, but it is center-ish in the map, so I feel like that's why it's heavily contested. As we move over, this is going to be Robab's Mirage, Train Age Trench, and Shibukai. I apologize if I say that name wrong. As they're facing off against Dementos, Jamside, Flexi, and what I would assume is Letwick there. It doesn't seem like he ended up making it into the game, so it looked like they were going to have to fight there a 3v4, but it seems like this squad backing on off now. Fletwick and them have a very good shot at, again, improving their series leaderboard score. I believe they're already pretty high up, if I remember correctly. Well, it's only 21, so on that cusp 11 like we talk about.
Yeah, they're one of those teams that they can't afford to have a bad session here. They have to be looking to actively improve their series score, because otherwise they could be at risk of just completely being, missed out on the finals, and that would obviously be a shame, especially considering how many sessions they have played.
Yeah, and it would be very sad as we move over to Wayne and them as shots are continuing to come through. Lestream's Black's going to go down. They're going to have 2 players down right there on top of him. More shots going to come through, and he's going to find the rest of them. Wayne will take out almost the entire squad as MAGL does get one down. That's going to be Levick, Erican, Bad Sniper, and company all eliminated. And we did hear the reboot van go off here already. So, going to be interesting to see if they get that reboot off efficiently.
Yeah, obviously reboot van's been a great thing. Gives you freedom to kind of be able to not fear going down, right? Not fear taking certain fights and engagements. As you see, Loru's squad completely eliminated here at the worst place on the map for squads to fight. We discussed this last session, right? I don't understand why these teams have opted to kind of land here and contest each other. Milo, Boya, Freak, Hanky, and I can't say that last player's name.
I always call him Dervig.
Yeah, the weather station, not a great spot for a squad to land at, period. So when you're contested at this spot, it's pretty ridiculous, because you're just kind of like one team will die. A lot of spots when you contest, there's actually a chance that maybe both squads get out alive, or can avoid fighting each other while getting a decent amount of loot. But that spot, you're pretty much one squad is guaranteed screwed. It's literally just a 50-50. We may win, we may lose, and that's it.
Yeah, as we go over to Holly Hedges, we saw that look there at Craggy, that team uncontested, as well as this team. Going to be Revscard, Hackscore, Gaming Kuno, and Beast, and the loadout looking really, really good. Of course, they are not, and so they're going to have to rotate through the Weeping team to get on in. But again, with a lot of cancellations and stuff happening, you will see just a little bit lighter of a lobby here today. But again, it's all about getting to the final. So some of these players, that were invited have made it, and they said, you know what, we are comfortable with our our series leaderboard score. We are going to decide to not play and focus on duos. So we'll see if teams that were previously lower on the series leaderboard score are able to come through and maybe cause some upsets.
Yeah, I think if you're one of the squads lower down on the leaderboard, this will be what you want, I guess. This is because the nature of lighter lobbies, even without a light lobby, we actually have seen where there's so many places on the map for squads to land. Sometimes a lot of people don't even get contested, right? So if you have a lighter lobby, for a lot of these squads, they may not have to deal with, certain landing spot contests that they would have had to deal with otherwise. So I'm sure that's a lot of them will be grateful for that. It means that they can farm up a lot more, loot up a lot more, and just be more prepared to go into that end game and try get a good game to be able to push up their way through the series leaderboard.
Yeah, and that's what it is all about. At the end of the day, the series leaderboard, remember, top 25 will go on through. So if they're able to improve their score, if they're able to keep it up, they will. As we see, CRR actually going to go down there. Snazy going to be the one to take him out as we swap over here. This is the fight that is happening. Nitro going to get tagged on up. Their shots continuing to come on through. This is the middle of the map fight here for them. Something that I would expect the middle of the map fight, maybe a little bit more edge, but see Kinzo trying to pick up CR here as Mitro and Falcony provide some cover fire, but it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to. Shots going through, more damage being applied there. They're trying their best to pick up CRR here. They need to get someone in this box with them to hold for them, because if they can pick them up, They have someone to hold, and you see Falcony has been the one delegated. It looks like Kensel is going to go down as well. More shots are coming through. They are going to take down. It seems like nobody from the enemy team has fallen, and now Falcony and Mitro in a bad situation, having to fight 2v4 shots continuing to go through. We're going to get a 1 down there. Ketson will fall there to Mitro, and now Falcony and Mitro evening up the score a little bit, trying to bring it back, but they got to be careful. Falcony might start to get pinched there by multiple people as you see him making his way back to Mitro. They're going to box fight it up, and again, a good thing about this, though, in a little bit of a lighter player lobby, you do have more opportunities for reboots to come through, and because you see that team coming through to third party them, they do have the opportunity to get out of this side alive as this player ramping up towards Mitro. Mitro trying to find an angle. Is going to hit not going to hit the shot there. Is going for the nice edit down to the player, but that was a nice box to the side. Mitro not taking any damage, but Falcony is down to 59 HP. Mitro trying to get some shots here, or he is going to connect, and that player is going to be wided, and so this is really good as Falcony is only 26 HP. He's caused enough damage there on the low ground as grenades are starting to come in. Mitro trying to cause havoc there and is trying to help out Falcony. He knows there's a player on the wall. Nice shot there, but only 22 damage to come off, and now they have to fight very, 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 very carefully, because if they go down, ooh, nice shot there from them. Stacey going to be taken down, but ooh, Falcony going to get taken down in turn. So now Mitro has to fight as a soloist. Now there's a third party coming in. If I'm Mitro, I may try to go for those reboot cards and may just try to back out to the north.
Yeah, it's probably going to be best for him to just try to stay alive. I think he specifically played that incredibly well, right? Even though it's a 3v2, being able to draw out that fight, make it last as long as possible, wait for a third party to intervene, which takes pressure off of them, right? Unfortunately, he gets lasered there, but it's going to be essential that he stays alive as much as he can. I think after that team has done so much damage, he may try, focus towards him and not let him live. But if he's able to get the reboots, get out, pick up his teammates, that'll be ideal. That'll be great. This is a team that they're 25th on the series leaderboard. They need to have a great session, and their team very capable of having a great session. But obviously, so far, not the greatest of starts.
No, not the greatest of starts. Is we'll see. And what Mitro's able to do is he's able to pick up some of that extra loot, maybe pick up some of those reboot cards. Is we do see a team inside of Frenzy Farm, so it'd be very hard to get the reboot. There's Retail Row inside of the zone, and Lazy Lakes reboot van is inside as well, so he can make something happen. As I feel like he might just continue to try to pick up these eliminations and play as a solo, and it's definitely not a player that I wouldn't expect to play as a solo if the time came to it, and I wouldn't underestimate him as a solo, as he's going for a nice edit here to try to take the high ground. Shot's going to come through. It's not going to connect there. Doesn't seem like it actually shot is Cracky, going to be knocked there by Eternity's Mini. More shots coming out. Mitro going to hit one there. Will he hit any more? Those building on up. He's down to 17 mils. He's going to start to run out. Nice shots here from Mitro. Going to crack that player. And now he's looking very, very good. And oh, a 116. And he's trying to go in using the shotgun to break in. He's going as far in as he can. More shots continuing to come through. Needs to be careful with the player above, and he does block himself off there. We'll see if the shots continue to hit here from Mitro. A bandy cannon is being popped. That's going to heal up both the players down there. EMX XR will get knocked there to Spin Pro. Mitro with 7 builds and grenades starting to make something happen. Will he keep it? He's going to get both. Oh, he's going to get both.
No way. He's actually just gone and killed both with the grenades. Mitro just destroying those kids. Oh my God. The dance was valid. He just completely shit on them in his own words. What was that? They just completely played that wrong. Taking 1v1 engagements when you have man advantage, and his movement was so on point there, and like getting some nice cones off, just being able to block off the players, constant pressure. That was ridiculous, and good on him. Hopefully he's able to get the reboots. I'm not sure if maybe they've expired or what, but if they can get back in the game, that would be a great way to do so.
It would be a very, very great way, but starting off with 4 eliminations is already a good thing here, especially, again, in a little bit of a lower player lobby. If you can find early game eliminations, it's better than not finding any at all, because there's going to be a lack of eliminations in the lobby overall. It's going to be very, very hard to find those in-game elims in the numbers you're used to seeing. As we do see Dementos is going to take down Fledermoys. It seems like Fledermoys was a little bit split there from his squad. Or no, he was right on top of him, it seems like, but a snipe did come through. As I think Hack Square and company going to see where Dementos and them are, as they are right down below them. Looking all right. They did lose Beast earlier, but they have the Bandy Cannon with shields. They are going to be right on the edge of zone. As we know, third zone, fourth zone inside of third, right? It does pull a little bit off center. So we'll see what if they decide to rotate in a little bit more towards the middle. We'll keep our eye on that. But you see an early rotation starting to be formed here for them.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Hopefully they're gonna. Actually, I'm not sure if there's many places for them to really do much, but I think prioritizing rotating in. Obviously, they don't have any eliminations now. I doubt Storm Surge will be a factor, but you never know getting into those end game moving zones. So I'd say they just need to try regain anything that they've lost. But for the most part, I think they should be fine to rotate. Obviously, 3 players not ideal, and as I say that, Gaming Kuno gets sniped, and that sets them back just that bit more.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to see if they are able to keep it through, because they're using a lot of those shields early, but they do have the bandit cannon, so the raw heals will come through there, and that does regenerate. So we'll see what they're able to do. As I think we see a fight was brewing in the right hand corner of your screen there, wasn't able to pick it up there. As we swap here into what I believe this is retail row, but it's all very farmed out. It really doesn't look like the same as we move over into, I believe we're going into MCES. Otisai's perspective here is Orc and Hunter and them look to improve their leaderboard score as well. And luckily enough for them, they're in a really good spot to continue to replenish their mats like you see them do. They have a lot of extra loot just lying around here, Levin, and they're looking very, very good.
Yeah, obviously, seeing retail be farmed out like that is pretty comical, right? We see so many squads packed in there, and this squad is one of the squads that is looking really, really good. Once again, another squad with only 3 players, but their loadouts seem to be good. Materials seem to be on point, and as much as this is squads, we've seen teams be successful just playing as a trio, and I'm sure that's what they're looking to do right now.
As we move over to a squad that did really well the last time around, Devils 1, Artur, Smiley, Lukey, and Advise. Looking all right. Their loadout here on Advise looking a little bit lighter than what we expect from a team in this later portion. Shields are there, but not the greatest. They do have on their squad. Seems like they might have a lot of heals. We'll see. As they do have a bandy cannon there and floppers and small shields. My apologies there on other members of the team as well. And they have an NDY Guden, Mikkel Reborn, and Sigma Spin Pro here on the other side. So right on top of each other. We'll see what that 4-zone decides to pull itself. As we'll wait to see. It may center up just a little bit more. We'll see if any of these squads in the middle are going to be able to get the zone. And as we see it does center up almost perfectly right in the middle.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice. Obviously, for any teams, in the middle zone now, I think you gotta be careful. You gotta be aware of the squads around you. Obviously, nade stacks are still, a potential threat. Not too many teams sitting on the outside, and you see the south side of zone not very populated at all either. It'll be interesting to see where the 50-50 zone pulls. One big theme we've seen throughout squads is that the team sitting on high ground in the 50-50 zone often ends up being the team that wins, right? As long as you manage your mat economy well, a lot of the time we see that team be the successful winner. So let's see if we can get that same kind of theme going through into this final session. So you see.
Apologies there. I had to mute to sneeze. As we do see the Eternity squad looking really good. It has 4 elimination. I really like the epic pump and the legendary compact SMG this squad has in their inventory, and I think Europe as a whole really likes to now start prioritizing that SMG, especially as we move into duos. It'll be very, very, very beneficial because you're able to split up that ammo count. As you see, Eternity has a ridiculous amount of AR ammo that normally he wouldn't have had they not picked up that SMG.
Yeah, the SMG is so strong. It's can be used like a laser almost, right? Like I've seen lots of players just kind of use that to drill people down. There are lots of situations, right, in the end game where you will find that, hey, maybe if I had an AR, I'd be able to kind of pick up a kill here or there. But ultimately, I think when you get into the later zones where the combat is a lot more medium range and close range, the SMG is just such a nice little laser to have in your weaponry, and I'm sure that they're going to put that to good use. As we see Phyrexy's squad looking to pick up some free kills here. kind of quad spring, and you see the key here is the Mentor gets sniped for peeking for too long. The key there, right? You saw them marking different walls and choosing to spray that at the same time. Quad spraying is so good for trying to get kills and trying to pick up damage onto players. This season, obviously with squads, I'll be interested to see if it's as effective in duos. I doubt it will be, because just 4 players spraying is much more powerful than 2. But good to see that they still have that team play on point.
I'm sorry, I was about to say I agree with you. They're going to have to use a lot of their heals here to heal up Flexi. And interesting that they're going to use that Surfish there on Flexi instead of Wade as we move over to Blue Supercar. Now, I do know Aimson is not usually with the squad. He's currently a sub for Tayson there. So one Sun getting traded out for the other. The question is, will the Aimson be better than the Tayson as we move over to Flexi, who's getting tagged on up there? RPG is in hit, and he's going to find a nice little beam on the players rotating in. And they did not expect that as Flexi. It's a lot of damage. It seems like we will have Stormsters, my apologies, here in the moving zone as Jam side with that Surffish could honestly pop it, but and we talked about choosing to more than likely hold it for that rotation into the moving zones. As you see, Flexi did take a lot of damage. They do have a lot of heals, and even though they got Misty Meadows somewhat contested, it looks like they had just the best RNG on their side. As we do know it's going to go up this little bit of a mountain here for the half in, half out. Flexi and Jam side already preparing for that increase in elevation if it does pull with that 6 zone over the mountain.
Yeah, they're gonna be looking to wait for see where that next zone pulls. But a lot of players are trying to rotate in. A lot of players are already in. And with so many players being populated in that northwest side, we see what we see here right on the screen. Players choosing not to let people breathe and to live. We're just going to pressure you down and run out your materials, run out your resources, and hopefully pick up your free kill, couple kill points. And you see players going down there on the edge of the storm. I think that was Advisor Fen who just went down. And that's what happens when you have so many players in one like local area. You know, players won't let each other live. They're gonna try fight each other, do damage to each other. And with that zone pulling south, this rotation is gonna be crazy. I'm sure we'll see a lot of players fall, a lot of players in each other's way, and gonna have to force each other to move. And it should be interesting to see how many players go down. As you see, Cubics gonna be looking for some shots, looking for an angle, looking for some edits, but not too successful in that, as he just barely misses the player editing through there. Oh, I can't wait for this end game, Clay.
I can't either. As we move to Robabs, Trade Age French, Mirage, and Shubiki. Again, apologize if I say my name's wrong. We do have Stormsters. They are only a little bit above, and they're going to be the ones to claim the high ground for now. Looking really good here with the amount of match they have as they spend a lot to maintain it. Going off this edge of the mountain, though, is going to be very, very hard. Shot's going to come through. That player going to get absolutely beamed. E2Q will go down, but the question is, will his team be able to pick him on up? As Robabs is going to go down to just reconnect them. I did talk about how high they were and decided against it. As Domentos will fall there as well. We do see Dimstick, unfortunately, going to go down there. Dervig going to go down there to Dark Areno. See what the rest of the squad there is able to do. Is Train Age French going to pick up an elimination. Wayanlast going to fall as well. Dark Areno popping off in the elimination feed there, as we'll see 1,600 damage above Storm Surge. Robabs dropping on down to reconnect. Flexi gonna fall there to M10's Pepper. Robabs trying to use the RPG shotgun method that we know from many times before, but not gonna connect. They're not the most powerful from the high ground to get that shotgun spray. As we go over to Kovas, Floaty, Slick, Violin, and Astimus, as they did all right in that last session. Not the best as they're below. The one more player needs to go down. It looks like it might be one of these members from the team. No, Podesai will be the one to fall there, saving them from the Storm Surge lightning rod from above. You do see Astimus is very, very low. Floaty choosing to heal himself up over his team. Jamsai going to take down DV1's R towards this squad, continuing to rotate through the low ground zone, pulling back towards Retail Row. They've got 4 builds remaining here on Floaty, and they might have to start being aggressive here as you move over to the Dynamite squad, including Rax. So we do see they are looking much better in terms of elimination, currently sitting on 7. The match looking way, way better here. Raxo sitting on 87 builds. That's absolutely ridiculous, as Jamside will fall, Hackscore will fall, Milo Boyer will fall as well. A lot of players not making it to this 8th placement point that we know in FNCS, right? Of course, WarLegend works a little bit differently. We do see Croc going to go down there as well. A lot of players just not making it, not protecting their back as Rax still going to find a lot of damage onto him. 47 HP is D-Mind's Evil going to go down as well. This game suddenly doesn't look as good for them here.
Yeah, it's not looking great for them at all. Freeville falling. He is getting revived right now, but it's really, if he gets revived, because it is hard to get revives off at this time of the game. You see so many players, Pepper falling, and they pick up a kill here, finding the edit and placing the traps down, and they pick up 2 eliminations. That is so clutch, but they're getting sprayed from behind.
But then was the team on high ground. That was Robubs and Shubakai. As they take them out, it's only going to be French and Mirage on high. And so a big misplay there from Robabs and Shubakai. As we see, they do have some extra mats there. They are going to take down Raxo there, but losing 2 of your members to only pick up 1 is definitely not an efficient trade. Is now the high ground battle going to come out. D-Mind Seek will fall there to Mirage, so they even it out up. Now it's looking like a 4v2v1 here as the Mirage and company trying to keep the high ground. The squad on the bottom that does have 4 is E2Q, Croc, Swag, and Down 2K. You will see E2Q go down there. Down 2K going to take down Dynamite's Evil, Rubik, or Cubics, my apologies there. Going down, there's Mirage and company facing off against Down 2K, Swag, and Croc. We'll see what they're able to do here as they're looking towards the bottom, looking to not drop down just yet. They still have enough mats to maintain this high ground for a little bit longer as builds are going to come out. French going to have to fight as Mirage going to take down Croc. Now going to be a 2v2. Mirage manages to make it to the high ground there. The edit down going to come through. Mirage may have made a mistake, and he did. Swag going to take him out. Now train hard. French going to have to clutch it up. Nice shot to everyone. Will he be able to continue to connect, though? It's another one losing HP because of that zone. Bandy Cannon has been popped. Seems like the Bandy Cannon by the other team being popped as well. 4 shots going through. Train Ace French just going to... No, he's going to win!
Oh my gosh. He just clutched that. I literally was about to talk about how impressive it was for Downs 2K and company to kind of do so well and almost win that game. I thought they had it, but French with the little clutch, jumping off mid-air, hitting the shot and picking up the win. That was a pretty clutch shot from him and able to pick up game 1 for his squad. Wow.
What a clutch indeed. That was the crazy. He was going round and around and around to try to pick up the elimination, and with the last little bit of his HP, 2 HP, right? He had technically, I guess, 1 more second in that zone, and wow, he clutched it up big for the squad there. Again, obviously he is playing there as a fill, as one of their members not able to play there. So, you know, hey, will we see him be the best fill for Europe this week, Levin?
The Mexi of this session. Yeah, you never know. This is a great way to start, so I'm sure it is possible. Damn, I was just gonna I wanted to talk there. Although they were the second place squad, ETQ and company they did great there. We saw ETQ get knocked earlier on with I think around the kind of 50-50 zone time, and I wasn't sure whether they'd be able to pick him up and whether they would be able to go forward in endgame and be successful, but they were, which was very impressive to me. And the fact that they were able to pick up Mirage at the end there and force like a 2v1 situation, I was like, hey, that is impressive. They should have this. Obviously, they were the team on low ground, but when you're in your 2v1 situation, if you're going to try retake, attack from different angles, and you should be fine. I don't know how Downs fell. I didn't see, actually. I don't know if he died to Storm, whether it was French that took him out, but French hitting the clutch shot at the end, even after losing the height, pretty impressive from his behalf.
Yeah, they definitely made a little bit of an error as we saw them, the trap elimination that you called, come through the double one. They lost 2 of their players going for that, and almost costing them big time, but didn't end up costing them at all, as French, again, we talked about, was able to weave in and out of those builds very effectively, and a very great knowledge of your mat count and just what your opponent has as well. If you see them stop building right, they're not gonna. You're gonna know in your head, it's gonna click. Okay, they don't have builds, so your E-nasting comes out, right? You're gonna dodge, you're gonna dip, you're gonna duck, dive, dodge, dip, whatever the saying is for dodgeball there. And he did a very, very, very great job of it. As we see, they are going to be on top of the leaderboard, not too far behind, though. Or actually, no, sorry, my apologies. Team Dynamite going to be on top there, and they took home 11 eliminations with 4 average place. And like I talked about, Evan, the total elimination is going to be a little bit lighter this time around because it is a little bit lighter of a lobby.
Yeah. In a lobby that has started off with around 80 something players, 11 kills is pretty impressive. I'd say that's a good way to start off, and 4th place as well. Enough points for them to be in first place so far. It'll be interesting to see if they're able to maintain that. I didn't see much of them, but this is a squad that we've seen do consistently well in all sessions, right? Last session they came 3rd place or 4th place, I think it was 3rd. So hopefully I think they'll be coming in this session and looking to kind of get that first place that they haven't been able to get in any of the other sessions. Actually, no, they did get first place in another session, didn't they?
I believe Team Dynamite got a first place in what? I think it was number 4, I believe, right before Evans. Yes, if I remember correctly. But I have slept a lot and casted a lot of matches since then, so my brain not always working the way it should. But again, thank you everybody for hanging out. If you want to check out the name of any teams, make sure you exclamation point leaderboard, and then on the leaderboard, if you click the little bit of the drop down arrow, it will show you the entire squad there. So for some squads that don't have the names like Team Dynamite, you can see who's all on there: Evil, Raxo, Cubics, and Teak. And then, of course, if you're like, who's 96 spots? That's Fluttermoy's, Rehas, Camo, and Pepper. They've been with us for a while now. So learning those names is very, very easy and very crucial to saying, hey, quick look at the leaderboard, see my team is there, boom. And then we hop into the next game, which will be ready here shortly. A very, very, very good game, though, a clutch game. As we look, I want to look at the leaderboard of mine. A lot of teams sitting with 7, 6, 7, 7, 6 eliminations. So a lot of elims going over to just a few squads.
Yeah, a lot of action taking place, and I think we saw a lot of it, throughout that Meven zone. I think a lot of mid-game fights, surprisingly, I'd say. Maybe that's just where, the nature of where people are landing, I should say. We've seen a lot of mid-game fights, a lot of death in the end game, which is natural, obviously, especially with Storm Surge being a factor last game. But like you said, pretty spread around the board, which is interesting to see. I wonder if that continues, how that affects the actual leaderboard, and hey, that might be good, because the closer the leaderboard, the more intense it gets in the later games. And considering this is the final session, if we could see like one team kind of clutch up in the end to be able to finally secure them spot in a final, that'd be pretty interesting. So
it would be indeed, as I believe the players are hopping onto the battle bus right now. So we'll see again if Lazy Lake is contested, if Misty is contested, and they end up fighting, if everybody's team ends up making it in to the game. But the question is, who is gonna contest off spawn? Who's gonna be able to pick up that victory royale? And to be fair, who is gonna change up their gameplay from the first game? Because it is only the first game, and you don't have to change up your game plan just yet, Levin. I was gonna say just let Yevon, but that's definitely not your name.
No, it's not my name. But I'm a fan of people sticking to their game plan. If things don't work, and if there's like a vital error within your game plan, which will continue to just be repeated throughout the other games, and yeah, you need to try and adjust things. But we've seen teams in some sessions just take drastic changes where they just completely change where they're landing or something along those lines. And I'm not necessarily a fan of that, especially just after one game. You see Magel here, he's fallen pretty early on. Which isn't going to be too great. Obviously, we see the Lazy Lake fight happening again. And just about who can get the best loot early on, right? As you see, box fight player going to come out. Ooh. Player 2v1 there. Not much you can do. Attack from different angles, which is probably one of the better ways to fight in an early game situation like that. If you get attacked from front and back, can't do much, right? You can only look one way. So efficient way to pick up that play and kind of level out the playing field, making it a 3v3. It'll be interesting to see if they continue to box fight well in this building, or whether they choose to kind of leave and fight.
Interesting indeed. And as you see, Amesons and company in a fight as well. I believe they're fighting against it, and I don't exactly know if squad. As we see Viper, just gonna get deleted, as he didn't expect the player to walk through his wall. As Amesons gonna try to get an elimination here. I believe they may have. I don't think actually they picked it up, as Amesons was actually gonna go down there, and I can't exactly see who it's by. I believe it's by M10's Pepper. So the M10 boys fighting each other. This is going to be Camo, Rios, Pepper, and Fledham boys fighting each other here as we move over. Believe this is either Coffee or Nuggy-san here. You see, they do end up losing Lou and Aimson's there. Now in a 2v4 technically, even though Rios is down. We'll see a nice shot come through, but it's not going to be enough. Is now Blue Supercar has to fight for himself. This spot definitely not a spot I thought would be contested.
Yeah, this is actually where I land for solos, right? And it's actually a pretty strong spot. And there's a lot of chests here in such a small area. But like you said, this isn't a spot that squad should be contesting. If anything, I think this squad would be this place would be a nice place for you to kind of maybe use as part of like a split drop, right? Maybe you have 2 players landing here and then you rotate off somewhere else and meet up with your teammates. But to have 2 full squads landing here, pretty interesting. And Blue Supercar falling just as he should, right? You know, not a lot of resources on him, and in a 1v8 situation like that, you're never ever really gonna win. So yeah, interesting that 2 full squads landed there. I wonder if any of them will change up right after this game, because that's definitely not a place you want to be contesting.
Yeah, as we move over to Letwick, as he, I believe, finally able to make it into the game. Here they have their whole team. Now, Misty was contested by Mirage, Shubakai, Robabs, and French. The team, obviously, they picked up that victory royale. So maybe a little bit of knowledge that we don't have there. Maybe, maybe Misty, the spot to be. We'll see those. They're going to just go ahead and fish on up here to pick up as many extra heals and loot as they can, right? They took that sniper there onto Dementos. I was going to say Letwick, usually the one as a sniper, already has that sniper, and he does have that epic AUG. And we've seen for teams a little bit more prioritization there. Levin is a very interesting weapon. Personally, as a player, I don't like it, but in the hands of these players, I really like seeing it.
Interesting that you say that. Like, I am a fan of having people, kind of prioritize certain weapons, and obviously if you are, someone on your team and you know how to make use of it well, then go for it. But yeah, it's not something I have a lot of experience with myself in game. But interesting that you pointed to that. This is that was I don't know. I found the way that he was farming the floor there pretty interesting. Like the way he was like kind of moonwalking backwards while he farmed the floor. Did you see them use the slurp canisters to pick up shots?
They messed up.
Yeah, they messed that one up. But not the end of the world. There's still a couple more for them to take.
Definitely need to take a look there at the this one's card. Almost messed it up again. Definitely need to take a look there at this one's round of odds to get that all right, because they messed up again. It's okay though. Not always perfect. There's we move over to Rezumi, Laurel, Anxious, and Scepter as they're rotating through. They actually have a very interesting path that they're rotating. They're rotating along the bridge, and we see, I think, Jamside, that player there right in the little house. We'll see if they decide to contest this team. Shots will go through, but it seems like both 3 teams have decided, hey, we're going to disengage. We don't want to take this fight, and I would say rightfully so, away from zone. Not in a really good spot. The high ground is elevated. If you're on that low ground, it's going to be very, very hard there for you to get an advantage.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for you to pick up much of a positional advantage. The players opted to drop down here and take the fight to these guys, which makes sense. Happy to see that they're not at the weather station, which would have triggered me a bit, but a lot of pressure being applied, and they're just going to have to get in the players' faces. Traps are playing in his box, but his teammate falls, and he needs to stay alive as long as he can. But it's not going to be too great for him as he just continues to get pressured down to 5 HP, and he's probably going to fall as he does, leaving Laura and Steptar in a 2v4 situation.
And they're not really nearby. You do see Steptar right there, kind of creeping his way up, maybe deciding to play the reboot cards a little bit. Laura, the other little arrow there you see in the top right-hand corner of the mini-map, just trying to run on through. It seems like they were a little bit miscoordinated in that fight. Right? They were not together. They were not anywhere near each other. And being separated in that fight is the easiest way to lose a fight. If you're fighting 1v4 and the entire team comes to you, but they run at you one by one, it's the easiest clutch of your life. So luckily enough for him, they decide to run away. He more than likely will be able to pick up the reboot cards and may be able to pick them up in Lazy Lake. But zone continuing to push them in, they're all going to have to be careful, as we do see Jamside in them. rotating around that lazy lake area. That little, it looks like a fishing hook there in that lake. I don't know if you noticed as we move over to the squad that picked up the last victory round. Look at this loadout here from French Levin. Oh,
that looks clean. That looks really, really clean. I'd love to have an RPG right now. And the gold scar, the gold tack, the 3 big pots, the 6 nades. He's gonna do some serious damage with that. Nice graphic on the screen. Let you guys know what the leaderboards are looking like as we speak. It'll be interesting to see after this game though how that shapes up. This squad, obviously, the game 1 winners. They're going to be looking to replicate that performance, and like you said, with this loadout, that's going to be very, very doable.
Very doable indeed. We'll see as they get in the zone. They're not going to lose a lot of HP. We'll see exactly where other fights are happening around the map as they have to continue to push to the north there. I believe Risky taking a little cut off there as we swap over. We do have Metro squad here in a little bit of engagement. I believe they got some early game tags onto these players as they're trying to get some Natrix on in. I believe they're fighting Sven Pro, Mikkel Reborn, NG Guden, and NDY Guden. We'll see as a lot of tags go through, and it doesn't seem like this squad lost any shields, so it's definitely their tag. As now it's going to give them the signal to play very aggressively, and this is not something we wouldn't expect here from the squad to push their advantage. And luckily enough for them, they're pushing towards zone, so this fight an even better fight for them because as they can just continue to wait to zone right on after they can pick up this elimination, they're going to be easy to set up for the end game.
Yeah, this is a squad that is known for their W king, right? This is what they do, and this is what they do best, using the nades so quickly and efficiently to try and pick up some kills. And you see those nades not going to be able to do anything, but it's not going to stop them from moving forward and trying to pick up as many eliminations as possible. 0 eliminations so far. You know they're not satisfied with that, and they're just going to keep probably hunting the squad down and just trying to pick up any sort of advantage they can get.
Yeah, and as we'll see the squad and Risky start to set up because they're in the zone. We do see someone right there. Ooh, he's going to be spotted out, luckily enough there for the team. We'll see his shots go through. Falcony is going to take some damage, and in typical Metro Company fashion, they don't have a lot of shields to heal up with. As Metro takes a lot of damage, it was going to eat a flopper, but it only would have given him 4 HP, so quickly realizes to cancel that. We'll see what they're able to do is now CRR looking to make some plays. There's Kensel sitting in top there to try to find some damage off, but this fight gonna stall out. A lot of players are gonna start to get interested. RPG gonna come out here from Kensel to drop that player on down. They need to finish this fight quickly as more shots come through. We do see Falcony lose a little bit of shield there. Seems like they got a lot of damage off there, way above Storm Surge. And if I'm them, I just start to single one player out. I start to push them because you do see those other little blue arrows in, and that's gonna be Fletwick, Dom's side, Flexi, Letwick, Dementos, and Jam side. As Lukey gonna get taken down there by many. We'll swap away for a little bit there to see another fight that may be happening.
Yeah, and as much as this may be, a thinner lobby, third parties will always still come if you take too long, right? Metro and company are a squad where when their fights drag out for too long, we see third parties start to come in. Even in the 2v4 situation and that Metro was in last time, that's what happened. The third party came in because they took a bit too long to engage, and we see the same things happen. And the problem is, right? The problem is when they are on the receiving end of the third party, that's not ideal, right? This is where you see them kind of start to fall off, and still pretty aggressive using a double RPG, but they gotta be careful because now there's so many players in this vicinity, and they don't want to be the ones that end up getting taken down. As we see Dementos, this squad starting to gain on the action, picking up a knock there already. So,
oh, what a knock! But CRR goes in, and I was watching this man this morning in the solo cash cup, and I know how good they are, but every single time it surprises me. Is now they're gonna have to pick up Kensel. We'll see if they end up going for the revive there. They do take down one player, more shots. Oh, he finds a team just coming in. CRR, you are nuts. He's gonna go down though. The finish will come through. Is Jamside gonna confirm? No, I don't know who confirmed the elimination there, but shots come through. This squad looking really good. CRR makes a very, very good play, but now they have to deal with the pressure from the third party. I think. Oh no, Falcony will fall as well. So now Metro, yet again, left in a 1v4, 5v, so many different team scenario. He's gonna have to fight there for his life.
Yeah, but he let's just highlight what CR did there. He did a grow, and she was taking a lot of damage there to the RPG. CR, those eliminations were insane. To pick up the tac shotgun there and just kind of just chomp through players' health, that was pretty impressive. But not enough, right? Eventually did get knocked down, but on the screen here we see what happens when you're on the edge zone and people are holding you. These guys are not being given the chance to move. And the RPG is just going to keep coming in. This is the MCES squad just locking them into this position and using all their ammo, and they're picking up a knock on Nora already. I think she was probably going to fall soon as well with just, what, 30 HP. Oh, it's not good for the metal.
And those knocks actually came through from Mitro. He third-partied with the RPG from outside his zone. He's going to be able to pick up two. We'll see in the fight. As Mitro going to pick up another one. Mitro playing out of his mind right now. He doesn't care that he's a solo. He is going in on 4 eliminations. He's saying, hey, I want to pick up everybody. Now looking for more. Mitro going down to pick up mats. He just got a nice mat refresher. He's in a 1v3v1 right now. Needs to really just back out. But I know Mitro, he will not. His zone going to start to move. We'll see if they're able to do anything. I believe those reboot cards are still available, but as zone starts to move in, you definitely don't want to go into that zone to pick them on up, as we do see Shadecott going to go down there to French. Robab's going to take down Eric. Mitro looking to pick up some more. RPG going to come in. He's going to have to rotate it through. Actually, now looks like a 1v4v1 as shots coming through. Mitro takes a lot of damage very quickly. Doesn't have shields to hit it. Nice shot's going to come through. He's unfortunately going to fall there, but they pick up 8 eliminations, and what a great play, though, for Mitro to pick up so many more.
Yeah, he did a great job there to just pick up some extra elimination points for his squad, and in an amazing fashion to third party and pick up some free knocks. Obviously, this squad here, the MCES with Hunter, a squad that we should be seeing do well in the end game, and you know, kind of unfortunate that they let some of those kills slip to Mitro, because at the end of the day, every kill point is important to the leaderboards. But I'm sure they will try and make up for that later on in the end game with the mass amount of loots that they have available to them now.
And as we swap over here, another team that has a lot of loot available, especially with just right on top of them, is going to be Mirage, Shubakai, Robabs, and Trainhard's French. As we saw the Trainhard's French take home the victory royale that last game. They're sitting on 4 eliminations as well, looking really, really, really good as well. They have those RPGs. They have those epic ARs, tactical shotguns, as many shields as they can possibly carry. They're setting themselves up to pick up another victory royale.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want, right? This whole squad matter is about positioning yourself to do whatever it is you intend to do. And for this squad, they're looking to get another win, and they're positioning themselves just to do that. So be interesting to see if, you know, they have to fight for any sort of positioning, which is the key part of squads. We see this squad here just left as a duo. I know it's duos, you know, Winter Royale guys, but you know, you don't have to play as a duo. You could have your whole squad, but fortunately 2 of their teammates going down, and they're just gonna have to rotate in themselves. See the north side of the zone pretty populated, and the south side not the same. River splitting things in half. You got a zone prediction for us today, Clay? I know we used to do this a lot more in the previous sessions. Where do you think the zone's going to go to?
I am hoping that the zone pulls to that southwest, so everybody has to pull off of it. But my prediction that it is going to center around that little bit of the mountain there that we do see. It's not much of a mountain; it's more of like a small hill. But at the same time, I feel like it will pull towards it, as we do know Fortnite does like those the RNG of Fortnite zones do like to go towards that high ground. We do see Ketsit and company are on the high ground there for the time being. Camo them in a little bit of an engagement there. Apologies there. Seemed like it froze, as we do have Rehas is down, and Fledermoys and them having to drop on down. They were looking to pick up Rehas as they're not in their own base, as now grenades are coming in. A nice move away here from Fledermoys. The grenades not going to fight him on out, and I believe Rehas will be able to pick back up, as this squad that is aggressing him seems like they very much want these eliminations. You see Fledermoys 88 total mats here. Their overall HP not very well. Fledermoys the only one with extra shields there on the table to drop his squad. They need to find an impact elimination.
Yeah, it's going to be essential, because they are not in the best of positions when it comes to their loot, and And as much as you can be as talented as you want. If you haven't got the resources to win a game, you're not going to win the game, most likely. So they're going to have to look for a frag here. Obviously, sniper in hand for him. Let's see if they'll be able to make anything happen, get a pick of some sort. Ooh.
We'll see, though, as we move over to Eternity Sydney and their squad. Again, a squad not looking too good. Matt not looking very, very good. We do see the legend or the epic pump shotgun there, but not a lot of ammo there for Sydney. We'll see, though, as they continue to move on through. It seems like they ended up just getting sniped there, or maybe hit a snipe. I'm not too sure. As we'll see them rotate around the backside. And Levin, the zone did end up going to that mountain.
Yeah, just as you predicted. Just as you said so, which is like you said, something we've seen commonly happen, the zone pulling towards those high ground positions. As you see this team topping their way in and collide with another squad. Very unfortunate for them as they do lose one of their teammates and they're not looking too good at all when it comes to health. And I think that's them losing 2 of their teammates there, yeah. So in the 2v4, went from 4 players to 2 players real quick. So gonna have to try and make the most of what they can. They're not gonna be able to recover their teammates in any way, shape, or form. So with not a lot of shields available, not any at all on Hatia, they're just gonna have to hope that they can stay alive and maybe grab a pick later on in these moving zones.
As we move over to doubles one, Smiley, Lukey, Artur, and Advise looking much better in terms of their overall loot. A legendary pump. They have shields. They have a little bit more match. They have shields on themselves as well. So looking good as they're looking to get some shots here onto players down below. A lot of SMG AR spray coming on out here from this squad, but it doesn't seem like they have any actual damage onto this team. But if I'm this team, I get out. I move away from exactly where I'm at, because that's just going to continue to waste more and more matches. And RPGs does come on through. The squad will be able to outbuild it, and they're looking really good to rotate it, as we see where that half in, half out, or the moving zone will go. It's going to pull back to the northwest. So there's a lot of players that are going to have to recross the river that they just crossed. It's going to be very hard for them to stay alive.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard, but this squad here that we're watching right now, the way the moving zone is positioned, they're going to have the advantage in being able to get there first. Obviously, 4 players alive. The map economy seems to be in a decent place. Can't see very much on my side of things, but they look like they're going to be good. And with rotating through this mid ground, doubt they're going to be disturbed quite much. I think with 4 players alive, they're going to rotate and handle their tunnel and manage that effectively, and probably pick up some kills along the way, which is exactly what you want to do. As we see a couple players fall there in the kill feed, we see here this view of the zone. So many players, mid ground, high ground, low ground, all fighting each other, looking to pick up as many eliminations as possible. And with them having to finally move, it's getting pretty hectic, Clay.
It's getting hectic indeed, as we see that Dynamite team that was in first place is still here and is looking to extend their lead. We'll see what they're able to do about it, as Beast and company rotating through that mid-ground layer above Storm Surge. 11 players need to fall, now being 10, before we see Storm Surge turn on off there as we spectate Beast and company. They're on the cusp of not actually having enough for that Storm Surge. They're going to take down one player. They need to be careful. Nice shots there. We do see Gaming Kuno will fall there. Unfortunately, Beast trying to stay alive for his team to keep it on up. 13 teams remaining. Now 3-2. Only 2 more players need to go down. We see a lot of players start to go on down here. Again, Storm Surge now will be turning off as we're down to 29. This squad rotating on through the mid-ground layer, looking very, very good. They have a lot of extra shields to match extra here on Beast as Hack Score rotating through, and a nice block off of the back here. Beast very, very, very cognizant of the players behind him as he's rotating through. Now looking like he's playing like a solo, finally getting together with his team. A lot of teams going on down here in the elimination feed. At Sniper's team all but fallen except for him. They're sitting on a nice, comfortable 7 eliminations, looking to pick up more shots. Continue to go through here for this squad. We'll see exactly what they're able to do. Is we do see Sweezy on the high ground there, looking to pick up the victory out. Beast and company with that RPG, starting to fire it on out there, trying to get that double RPG shot off there. Not going to connect, it seems like, because now we dwindle on down to 20 players remaining. This squad on the bottom right going to start to drop on down there. Squeeze and company looking just to maintain the high ground. It doesn't seem like they have a lot of HP, or it doesn't seem like they have a lot of HP on their match, rather, That makes sense. As Bodasai and company going to take down one. They're fighting as a duo. It's going to be Bodasai and Hunter versus the rest of the lobby. He's like squeezing them, sitting on not a lot of mats. They do have one player there with 40, but not going to be a lot. It may be enough. There's more shots continuing to go through. More players continuing to be eliminated. Restart and company still trying to make it work. Shots coming through. Nice damage there from Beast and company onto that player rotating through. RPG going to come out. We'll see. They're actually going to pick up bad sniper. And so the solo has been eliminated. It is now, there's a lot of trios left, a lot of duos, no solos remaining, as Beast is going to get taken down there. Will fall. Haxcore and Redguard going to be forced to play here as a duo. We'll see what they're able to do. As it seems like Redguard's got players below them trying to make some fancy, and it is going to take down one. Haxcore will fall insured, and now we will see Redguard unfortunately fall, not able to clutch it out there. Dynamite's Teak is still alive. He's only got 4 builds now, 27 remaining as XW's trying to drop on down. They don't have a lot of mass. They don't have a lot of HP. More shots continuing to go out. He's going to fall there. And I don't actually see who he falls to, as DB1 Smiley going to fall there to Oslo. Camo going to be the one to take him out as Dynamite Seek is still alive. Camo and Pepper are on the high ground. They currently have 11 eliminations. Looking to pick up more. It's going to be a 2v1, or however many ones are left there. As Solar Race Hunter is playing by solo, Teak is playing by solo, so that are the only players remaining in the lobby. As shots continue to come out, we do see Pepper trying to hide there. More shots coming through. He's going to get taken down there. Teak going to be the one to take him out. As now it's going to be a 1v1v1. Dynamite Teak trying to stay alive. Bandy Cannon and him. Ghost Camo going to go down. Solar Race Hunter going to be the last remaining member here on the high ground. Shots continue to come through. He is going to take down Dynamite Teak, and Hunter will be able to pick up the victory out. The squad taking home 8 eliminations. Hunter just trying to start to flex with those builds, but he doesn't actually have any.
That was a nice win for them. Hunter able to stay alive there in the end game, picking up the elimination. We saw so much fish play and storm play go on there. This is one of the perks of chapter 2, right? With those floppers coming into play. We see so many players just able to stay alive in the storm for so long because they have the floppers, they have the bandy cannons, and it means that they can play and fight. And it means that, you have to be looking out for the players in the storm, right? We saw Teak there before falling. He heard the player above him and he said, oh, wait, I can't rotate in, because if I start to rotate into the circle, then this guy behind me is probably going to get the elimination on me. He saw he had to kind of, be aware of his health and be aware of how much time he has to spend in the zone before he has to make his way forward, and was able to do so successfully. But in the end, Hunter just staying in that circle for so long and being able to stay alive and picking up the eliminations on those players and winning the game for his squad.
And another squad on top, yet again, Dynamite staying alive till I think top 3 there that game. So definitely going to improve their already lead here, but they weren't in the lead by that much. Only really, I think, in the lead by, I believe, 5 points there. So 1 elimination put them in the lead. We'll see how that shakes it up. Now we did see Ghost Camo there alive very, very late. He was in the top 4 as well. So definitely looking to climb up the top of the leaderboard. It's going to shape up very, very differently than what we might expect coming into today. Again, if you're just joining us, welcome. Make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you check out WarLegend on Twitter, WL4Night. And you can also, while you're there, check out Levin2K. Go drop him a follow, show him some love. Check out his YouTube, his Twitch as well. Make sure you're following everybody here on the broadcast and making sure you can follow me if you want to on Clay Sailing everywhere, as well as Levin everywhere. Make sure you check us both out. We're both awesome individuals. I'll say it because I know Levin was going to try to jump in there and try to say something there for me. So I'll just take the words out of his mouth as we swap over there. We do have the leaderboard, and 96 bots actually going to be on top right now.
Oh, that's Camo squad. That's pretty nice, right? I didn't actually, like you were saying before, I was expecting the Dynamite squad. Obviously, they weren't ahead by much, but really nice to see 96 squads on top. We see they have what seems to be, they have the most eliminations of anyone, an average of 4th place there. So they're looking strong on top. We see Dynamite obviously in 2nd, then Skerner in 3rd, which they've been doing pretty well. We saw the game, the winners, right? The game winners, Solary X MCES there, chilling in 5th place, and DV1 in 6th. Overall, not surprised by any of these players in the top 5, top 6 area.
Not at all, indeed. We'll see, though, how it shapes up as we get the game loaded up for the next set of games. It is going to be very, very interesting to see how players adapt, especially during this game and after this game. Like, because Levin talked about, you don't have to change up your game style just yet. You can play the first 3 games the same way you wanted to, right? The same exact play style. But after game number 3, if you are not finding success, you have to change something up. You have to. If you're getting eliminated off spawn after this game, you need to change it up, because as this being the last session, there will be no relegation. You just won't make it to the finals.
Yeah, and that would be tragic. You don't want to miss out on playing in the finals, and especially for a couple squads who have competed multiple sessions, right? If this is your first session or whatever, and then you miss it, then fair enough. But if you've competed in multiple sessions and you don't make it to the finals, it probably says quite a lot about your squad in terms of the level of competition, right? So I'm sure everyone who is competing today is looking to make that happen. But like you said, things aren't working. You got to change up, adjust your game plan to figure out what is not working and how we can solve that. If you're a team that's struggling Storm Surge, then hey, you got to figure out where can we get tags along our rotations, where can we pick up some kills here and there. And it'll be interesting to see if we see any major adjustments, because an adjustment doesn't have to be major all the time, right? You can make minor adjustments. You can make kind of medium adjustments where you're changing some things, but not all things. But I'd be interested to see if we get any, full 180s, like a team like, hey, no, we were landing side, not we're just going to switch up and start landing Misty Meadows. I'm really interested to see if we can see anything big change.
That would be very interesting to see if a team completely changes it up, goes to plan B, right? They say, hey, you know what? We're just going to go through, we're going to go through our plan B, plan C, plan D, Z, E. How many letters you got to go down to make it work. Whatever plan it ends up being, as long as you make it work, as long as you make it to that end game, even if you get top 2 in the next set of 4 games, right? You're definitely going to have a really good score. So we'll see what they're able to do. Again, everybody vying for that top 25 spots that is what you need to do to make it to the finals. Again, that'll be on December 16th and December 18th. So next week we will crown our WarLegend Series Invitational champion. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. And you can always, of course, catch it here with me and Levin and WarLegend. I'm ready.
I'm ready. And it's going to be a birthday, man. So we're gonna have fun. You're gonna have some great Fortnite to cast on your birthday. And as much as you're not getting any of that 50k, at least you can celebrate someone else getting it. How about that?
True indeed. As we see the drop down of the map come on through. My apologies. We do see your standings on the left hand side of your screen. Last match winners there being on your right as we look to see what they're able to do. Oh no, there's a team contesting the mountain yet again, as I believe a knock did come through. I think stepped or knocked somebody, and is currently holding them on his shoulders, looking to yeet them off the mountain there, as you see on the mountain there. Oh, yep, there goes the little player off the mountain. You see that the little plus sign, and then you see the plus sign disappear, and that will be the elimination there for Scepters. Adding a little bit of BM there, but they do lose Rezumi. As we do see Orc and company landing here around Misty Meadows. Again, choosing to spread out around. They usually actually don't land in. They try to take the mountain and that little island loop path down there. Don't personally like it, but it is a really, really, really good loop path if you're able to do it. So we'll see what they're able to do, and maybe they're able to clutch up a victory royale.
Yeah, well, we've seen in squads splitting be so important, right? If you can figure out areas of the map that are less contested and split them effectively and be able to regroup with your team well, then you're gonna be good loot wise. We see the best picking up a nice little elimination, and that's a great way to start the game, to say the least.
Yeah, and they're actually looking to pick up more. They have to be careful though, because they are split 2 and 2, but they're gonna just easily be able to pick up that elimination. And they have a statement. They say, "Hey, we are here to play." 2 of their players dropping Sweaty, 2 of them dropping Slurpee Truck there, I believe, on the bridge. And now they have controlled the entire portion of the map there. Sweaty to Salty is entirely Metro, Kinsel's, CRRs, and Falconies. And this is looking like a much better dominant game for them already.
Yeah, They haven't had the best game starts, I'd say, in the past 2. So they're able to start as they mean to finish and pick up a good amount of eliminations, a good amount of placement points, and they should be able to get out of that middle of the pack from the leaderboards and push towards the top.
Only only themselves to really hurt them there, because reminder, they do play very ultra hyper aggressive, so they have to maintain their composure and they can't be too crazy with it as we move over to Viper, who's the last member of the squad that is able to change the game in some sort of session. We'll see what they're able to do as eliminations do come on through there. Dimsick will go down. We'll see if shots continue to go on through here from Viper. He's going to take a lot of damage, but shots is not connecting there for him, and he will unfortunately be eliminated, as I believe Blue Supercar, my apologies, did go down as well. So Mitra and them end up taking 3 of those players and eliminating them as we move over here to Misty Meadows. This fight finally breaking on out as well. Rexy and them looking very, very good, and this squad very, very low though, as Mirage is going to get styled on their jam side, going to be the one to take him on down. And this fight looking ever so good in their favor. It's going to be Shubakai and Robabs. The only remaining members here for the team is Ledwig and company. While not the best, not the healthiest, not the shots coming through, they're going to get even more elimination. Again, while they're not the healthiest on HP or mats or ammo or anything, they're looking very, very good. You don't want to land here. They're saying, hey, we're going to take you out. If you take our loot, we'll just take your 50 pot and take the elimination points, as they look to take out the last remaining member, and they do. That player will fall over, so they will not be able to gain any more points there on Robab's team.
I love how like Frexy's just kind of, chilling here on like 1 HP or whatever. I really want to know who she is, but it's like it was pretty funny. You see Ledwig like walk past a med kit, but it's like they're not even focused on their health. They just know that they want to get the eliminations off of the players, and they do, claiming Misty Meadows for themselves. And now Frexy's going to be able to heal up there, get back up to decent HP, because 2 HP is not strong, man. I'm pretty sure I could take him out with just 2 HP. I'm pretty confident. 100 HP, Grey Pump. I'm sure I could do some damage to him.
All right. Well, Levin said 2 HP, and Frexy was actually 3 HP. So, Levin, I don't know if that 1 HP would make a difference, but I feel like I'd still be pretty confident there with you. 3 HP, very hard to work with as we move over to Interact and company. As they're fighting a Craggy, nice floor take. They're going to take a lot of damage off that player, as this squad is pushing them aggressively. Zone going to be a little bit south of them as more shots continue to come through. Eternity's Rax will be eliminated there by himself, so maybe a disconnect, unfortunately, coming on through. This is going to be Marcoti's squad fighting the Eternity squad. So Eternity did go down. It seems like it was an elimination, not even an elimination, so maybe a disconnect as more shots continue to go through. Interact and ADZ trying to get on Invitational. The ADZ is going to go down there. Unfortunately there for them, Marcotti will fall as well. And while this looked very good for them, they had the numbers advantage. They just started funneling on 1 by 1. And that is what we talked about, not being good in these fights. If you funnel in 1 by 1 just to one player, they're going to be able to take you down. As Interact going to lose a lot of HP. He's taking some back, but no, will fall as well. As only Cracky, my apologies, is going to be there. Hard to see here on our end, as I believe he just fell as well. So the Eternity squad down a member, able to clutch it up big.
Yeah, that was nice for them to be able to pick up the kill. And obviously the team is fallen, but winning the POI means that they're going to be able to get the reboot off. And they've got some decent loot to them, but they got to be quick. They got to be timely, because they are not in zone, and you see the storm starting to close in on Craggy. So back to another fight of Misty. We thought the action was done, but we were clearly very wrong. Even with the action not being done, it doesn't really matter, because who's coming out on top? The same exact team. Yeah, they picked up Mila Boya's squad there. Mila Boya being the younger brother of Boya, E11 Boya.
Yeah, I mean, his name is Dementos, but he should just change it to Domination right now, because they're doing very, very well. You could say, they're dominating as we move over to Mitro and company, as they're looking to take a fight here with Ghost, Camo, Pepper, Rehas, and Fluttermoise. We'll see, though, Mitro using that bush to his advantage, trying to get some shots. This team deciding to rotate a little bit. We'll see what they're able to do. As shots may come out here for Mitro. Is going to connect there on some damage, but not a lot. It does take some shield off, but would definitely like to take more, as Mitro just going to kind of W-key run with that AR and the SMG. Now we'll see him start to build and try to get some more shots here. Zone coming on in. We'll see exactly what they are able to do here with the grenades, as Anxios is going to go down. More grenades are going to go through. Tags going to come through here from Micho. They're going to find a player here very, very weak. We'll see if they're able to convert there. I believe Camo was the player that got tagged up by grenades. It seems like the squad has made the call to disengage just a little bit as the zone being very far. Falcony maybe just trying to come on in. TR and company rotating out. They've decided, hey, you know what? We got the tags there. We're good with those tags, and we're just going to rotate and disengage this fight.
Yeah, and that's totally the best option for them, right? As much as they like to be uber aggressive, this is not the kind of fight you want to take in the zone here. As they just continue to rotate into the safe zone, as the other team being forced to go a long way around. This is our first place team, 96 bots. Their health situation is not looking ideal at all, but in order to avoid the fight, they decided to go wide. But here's the problem. Micho's squad is now in the zone, but they're just going down the zone line, and they might actually cut off 96 bots trying to come in here. And with their health being so low, that would probably put them in an easy position to actually win the overall fight. So yeah, it looks like that's what's happening. They're trying to close in the gap, create less space between them, and pick up easy eliminations.
Yeah, and unfortunately, when you start rotating, and I apologize to cut you off, this is what you would expect, right, Levin? You talked about just rotating in to hold this team. This is 100% what you would expect from the team that got into the zone first.
Yeah, 100%, right? That is the right play. They know, right? These guys can't sit in Storm forever. They're eventually gonna have to leave. So let's just cut them off. Let's close them down, cut them off, and pick up some easy eliminations. Unfortunately, didn't get as many shots, I think, as they would have liked to, which is why I don't think they've actually pushed in fully. And as much as they do want to get the kills, they need to be aware of how far the zone is. We just saw the map there for a second. Zone is completely east, which means that they have a long rotation, and they're gonna have to learn to kind of coincide with each other and live with each other, because otherwise they're gonna end up both dying to Storm.
Yeah, and that would not be a way either of the team wants to go. Luckily enough, they have the rotation ahead of them, so they can start to look and take shots. And with their low effective HP, they have the advantage here. Kinsel sitting on 200. CR and company squad as well have no raw heals, and this squad does have the bandit cannon, so they will be able to heal it up as we swap over here to a squad looking to get some more eliminations as well. A lot of players are rotating out through. This is going to be Hova's squad there playing with Violent and Slick. Looking very, very good to get some shots here. They're looking all right. They're not in the center of zone, so their zone more than likely not going to pull towards them, as this is going to be second zone. It will more than likely, and I feel like it's going to pull away from them. But if I'm wrong, you know what? Hey, sometimes I can be wrong myself. But there's a mountain in the center of zone 11, and we all know those mountains are definitely going to be where that zone starts to pull.
Yeah, we've seen the infamous zone mountain. And I'm sure if you position yourself in the correct place, you will be in a position to get one of those zones. Obviously, where this team is sitting, I think we're just kind of, waiting. I was thinking, what is that music? Well, that's the emote there. And yeah, looking to get some shots off, increase their total damage done so far this game. Gotta be careful not to peek out for too long. You see them just kind of popping out, taking shots, and popping back in, because somebody could be 200 meters away, just prepared to snipe you. So.
Yeah, as we move over here to retail row, we see a fight brewing here between Letwick, Dom side again, call him Letwick, Dom side, Letwick, Dom side, Letwick, Flexi, Dementos, and Jam side looking to get some elimination. There's Loro gonna hide in his cone, only Scepter and Loro alive that made it out of that mountain fight, right? That big mountain there, the weather station mountain that everybody for some reason likes to fight at. The only ones to be able to make it out, I believe, Scepter is the one that yeeted the player out the mountain. To move over to Eternity squad is looking to pick up some elimination. Shots go through again. They did lose Rax there. He disconnected, so they weren't able to even go for the reboot card to get him back in the game. That would be a cool feature, as we see shots continuing to go through and hear those shots come through. Eternity just making sure they block their back, as zone actually going to pull actually towards them a little bit, but it's around both of those mountains there. Eternity looking to get some shots. He's going to take a lot more than he's dealing. Shots continue to go through. Unfortunately, he will fall. That's going to be Dynamite's Teak taking him on down. As this fight not looking good here for the Eternity guys, as Hut Y the only remaining player, doing the nice little phase trick, trying to yeet his team back towards him there with that harpoon gun, but he's not long for this world as we move over to none other than Mitro and company. And look, they are fighting on the edge of zone, and it's Skills Camo Squad because they knew, hey, we can get out of zone and we can cut them off on rotation and we can pick up some more eliminations.
Yeah, and they're just sitting over here lazy. They're going to have to be aware of rotating 25 seconds left before the zone starts to close in. But they're insistent on getting these kills as we're back into height. And I appreciate what he's doing here. He knows that he's most likely going to fall soon. So he's just trying to delay them as long as possible, use as many of his mats as possible so that they get less of the mats once they eventually take him out. But just kind of delaying, moving around, being as active, not staying in one place is the best way to kind of deal with these situations where your death is inevitable. And
that is a very, very good point to make that not a lot of people realize you can... Almost, I think it may have hit the player, but I'm not too sure. Honey making a very, very fancy play there. But again, using as many of his mats so they don't reap as many of the rewards. Those shields are going to be the most rewarding thing that these team is going to be able to get. But he is losing them. He's going to pick up 100 more mats. He's going to be able to keep doing this.
Yeah, this is a great play. I personally love this, right? Picks up so many more mats after running out, and he's just gonna keep wasting all of them, using all of those as well. So like they're literally they can kill him, right? But they're gonna not get much out of him, or not as much as they probably should have initially, right? If he can use the rest of these shields and use the rest of these mats, they're practically just gonna get nothing out of him after wasting so many of their mats and wasting so many ammo pellets and whatnot. Finally picking him up. Unfortunately, he didn't get the shields off, right? But so they used way too much materials and resources there just for one kill.
And he took the mats from his teammates' eliminations, right? So he got those extra 100 builds and he used them so they weren't able to, I would say, reap their rewards from 2 eliminations there because of a very smart play there by Huddy. Again, not able to clutch it out there for the squad as Rax did confirm in the chat that his game did crash, so unfortunate there for them. But able to pick up some eliminations, able to pick up some more placement points. We'll see what exactly they're going to do. Is Falcony finally going to find an elimination there onto Rihas, as now Mitro and company are looking to take the high ground over this team, as Mitro going to get shot at and sniped at. Only the shot hitting on through, but the downside for this team right now is the lack of mats there on Mitro. Overall, they have 100 mats on every player except for Mitro. CR sitting at 87, so I'd effectively say 100 mats there. We'll see if they pick up some more eliminations, and well, here they start to go. Another fight brewing. They've gotten tags on them, and CRR is just going in. He's right in the box. Chris gonna take down 2 players. He's taking down everybody. It seems like CRR takes down every single person in this box as they just absolutely eliminate this team, but now they have to deal with the pressure from another. I think Levin, unfortunately, had to go to the restroom there, and I didn't read the message that he sent me, so that's just me not being a good caster there, as we see now sitting on 9 eliminations. This game looking better and better for them. They have a lot of shields. They have the mats they were missing, and they have finally eliminated the players, right? So they knew, hey, storm fighting, not a good option, so we're going to choose not to storm fight, rotate out, and just try to cut them off on their rotation to zone. So a very smart play here from Micho, right? Whether or not they've chased him the whole round or not, it doesn't. It's a smart play to know that, hey, you've got this team is low. You've rotating on the same path the entire time. You are bound to find each other time and time again. It's just the way Fortnite works. They pick up the elimination. They make a very smart play to do so, and now they're sitting 9 eliminations going into the top 20. Right, we see 14 teams remaining, so looking very, very good. I'm going to predict, chat, the zone's going to pull southwest or southeast here off the mountain or on top of it, as the squad looking good. Refs Guard and company, though, in a very bad spot. We do see 3 eliminations, though they don't have Gaming Kuno. It doesn't seem like they have any shields, as well as you see. Well, Beast starts to pop some there. Refs Guard trying to make some edits, trying to get out of where he was. Shots going through. Hackscore trying to get some shots as well. An elimination seems to have coming through there, but nothing going to be here for them. That's going to be Letwick that does go down. So a nice elim on them. They're taking down one of the top teams here, as Letwick and company were doing very, very well moving into this section of the map. We'll see what they're able to do. Zone is going to pull not where I predicted for the first time in a while. Going to pull to the northeast away from the mountain.
Yeah, your prediction was great last game, but not the greatest this game, unfortunately. Hopefully, regardless, we still get a great end game, and whoever is in that high ground position, maybe they'll be able to finally make some waves. Obviously, the past 2 games we've not seen the team. Ooh, nice shot there. Nice knock onto Loru. They've not had the greatest of events so far. We've seen them struggle to keep their teammates alive, and finally falling their last man left. And he falls to another single guy, right? Obviously, Teak, only player alive on his team, but he's still looking good. Golden Pump, Scar, RPG, Minis. He's not in the worst of positions at all.
And he's got over 50 mats, right? He's sitting in a really good spot, and somehow he's always able to make it here. Whether his team falls or not, Dynamite always has one player on top of the leaderboard time and time again. They placed in the previous games 4th and 2nd. So looking really good. That's not a loadout I would mind to have if I was a solo. And oh, he's trying to get a little cheeky RPG. No, not able to do so. 11. If he would have hit that, oh.
Yeah, if he hit that, then might have to like shout or something, scream, just let out some sort of emotion, because I would have been pretty clean. And he's just gonna tuck himself away, right? He's probably not gonna bother anyone. Look, nobody's really in his vicinity. You see a lot of fighting going on in the middle, right? You see a lot of players kind of spraying each other and whatnot. RPG's going off, and like 3 players just got knocked there from the same squad. Oh my god, what's just happened there? A lot of action going on in this end game. I can't wait to see how it plays out and who comes out on top, Clay.
It's gonna be interesting. Will this squad right here that was spectating be the ones that come on out? As we do see a fight for high ground kind of emerging. I believe that squad there, the yellow squad, is Mitra squad, and they're fighting another team on the opposite end there for the high ground. Now, luckily enough for Mitra and them, they did replenish their match, so they can continue to fight the squad that's trying to contest the high ground there from them. And I don't exactly know what team it is contesting there from them, but they're looking to maintain it as Falcony throwing back shots that the RPG's rating, and I think Falcony almost hits that shot there. Not going to do so, and I think they may have staved off the pressure now, but he's very low now. CR does have a bandage cannon, well, as they use it right now. They're 3.4 thousand damage above Storm Surge threshold. They are looking really good to possibly pick up this victory.
Yeah, they're looking like they're in a great position to pick up the victory. The people who were, potentially going to take their high ground did kind of get knocked down a bit, which means that they are currently sitting on high ground with 12 eliminations. Going to look to get more advised us fall here, and we see a couple more players fall in the kill feed. And hey, I can't wait to see Mitra squad start to pick up some eliminations. Sitting on that high ground, they have the luxury of being able to see everything that's going on, and they should be able to pick up some sort of eliminations. As we see DV1 Smiley not looking good. He was in like a mini washing machine there. You saw him just trying to build all around him erratically. Rejoining his teammates here, so he's going to just rotate through, trying to save mats, trying to get in, and not building to the left. There's nobody there, so they don't have to worry about that side. But they are the focus of the zone right now.
Yeah, the focus of the entire squad. They're focused on their zone, but everybody going to look to them as they're ahead. Now, Mitra and them currently sitting on 14 eliminations on the high ground. Not something we wouldn't expect there for them, as we see Mitra and them trying to maintain it. CR playing as low as he can to the ground. Seems like he plays better there, as we'll see. He does take down Eric there. I believe Eric Triceratops is looking to pick up some more eliminations. CR actually going to be tagged up very low. You see him down to about 34 HP, but this squad looking to make a statement game and pick up some more eliminations. As you see CR just fell halfway down your screen. We'll see what he's able to do. There is Smiley going to be the one to try to rotate in there for his squad. CR is, I can confirm, going to pick up another knock there, as he is playing out of his mind right now, sitting at 5 eliminations. Lukey going to start to go down towards the backside of zone as his squad a little bit separated. 16 builds there from him. Nothing really to work with there. He does have that legendary AR and the epic pump shotgun, but nothing going to come through his CR. Does fall, unfortunately. His squad picking up a lot of eliminations right now, currently sitting on 17 as they have the high ground. They're looking to pick up a lot of points here. Pick up that victory royale. It's 120 points. You have 17 eliminations, basically worth a victory royale and a half, as Lukey trying to make something happen here. Needs to find some sort of impact frag, as Smiley and company sitting on 6 eliminations, looking to find more, as the low ground going to be very heavily contested this time, as we see not a lot of players being in that mid-ground area. Mitra and them trying to shoot on down. Looks like Smiley and company running out of builds. They are going to lose one there. Artur will fall. Violin and going to be the one to take him. And look, a little cheeky harpoon there to take his teammate in the zone. Looks like we do see Kinsel trying to get some math there for his team. Kinsel finally picking up elimination there. Zone going to go back over all these old builds. This is going to be very good for the team on high ground. Smiley, unfortunately, will fall, so Lukey will be the only one remaining. And just an update, I don't see Dynamite's Teak in here, but I did expect him to be, as we do see Refs Guard and Company going to fall. So it's going to be Mitro, Falcony, Kinsel versus Lukey, Asima's Violin, and Floaty, and Slick. And Mitro and them have a total of 22 eliminations. They're looking for more as Kinsel looking to heal on up here. This squad looking very, very good. Now a 3v4 scenario, though. Are they going to be able to clutch it up big here, Kinsel? Oh, we do see Falcony falling shots going through, but they're going to be able to pick up the victory Royale 11, and they do so in style with so many freaking eliminations. I think going to be 26 if I math that right.
Yeah, that's 26 eliminations. They just picked up a 26 kill win. What more do I have to say to you? This is the kind of stuff we saw them doing at the start of the season, man. I haven't seen them pick up a 26 kill win in a while. That was incredible. They picked up so many eliminations towards that end game, right? When we were spectating them and they took hold of high ground, they had what? I think it was maybe 12 or so. Like, they had 12 eliminations. Finishing the game with 26, they completely slayed out there. And that's going to be so good for the standards because they were like a middle of the pack team. They were nowhere near that top 5. So that's going to put them way up there.
That's what we expected.
Yeah.
Right? I know a lot of people were not happy about the way they fought Fledimore and Company, and we saw they had a lot of meds. They took the initial storm fight and then quickly decided, oh no, zone's far, we have to leave. Decided against it, and then realized, hey, we know they're low, we're low. We can take this opportunity to try to get meds and fight them a long rotation. They never once stopped to fully storm fight them, right? It's just a smart play in your rotation patterns, and it happens in Fortnite. If you're rotating with 2 people on the same line, at one point, one team is going to start to curve a little bit, cut you off, and pick you up.
Yeah, like I sometimes refer to that as like, it's not like the same, but like a boa constrictor movement, right? You see like the snake, the boa constrictor kind of closes you in. It stops you from being able to move. If any of you have ever played Sliver.io, the snake game, you kind of wrap yourself around the opponent and stop them from being able to move, restrict their movement, right? And that's what essentially you are doing, right? You're cutting the team off, you're stopping them from being able to move anywhere else, and you can kind of close them in and take them out. And they do that really, really well. And as much as, like you said, people didn't like it, right? People were complaining, whatever, but it did work out for them. And in that situation, end up picking up the 26 kill win. So regardless, you can say what you want, but they just won with 26 kills. So
yeah, able to move it on in there to a victory royale. So at 120, let's do 26 times 8 plus 120. That's a 328 point game there for them. That's ridiculous. And to note, 328 plus their previous 162 11, they're at 490 points right now in 3 games. And so they're definitely looking to move up that leaderboard. A very, very, very good game. I did some quick math there. I actually used my calculator this time, so I didn't have to do it in my head. But yeah, very good game there for them. They dominated. CRR, I honestly think, made so many good plays that unfortunately we didn't get to see. But that man has been just feeling the cash cups. This morning, I literally he was just absolutely dominating people. And in here right now, choosing to be aggressive, even though they have the high ground, it manages to pay on off, and they pick up a lot of elims because of it.
Yeah, man, he's obviously someone who's been dubbed this season as probably the best controller player in EU, and today he's showing us why people call him that, right? He's making some big plays. He's making some great decisions for the team, and fortunately, it's working out for them. And like you said, in the end game there, he did drop a bit. I remember him dropping a bit, but being able to regroup with his team, and they ended up closing out the game in a great fashion, to be fair. So yeah, I'm looking to see if they can keep this kind of going for the next couple of games, because it's all good doing it one game, but if they can pick up another win like this, that's going to be so good for them on the series leaderboard, man.
As we do see 498 there for them. So I guess my math wasn't just a little bit off there, as they actually end up taking 27 eliminations. That last elimination not ticking over there on that counter. So A lot of elims there for them. Almost 500 points after 3 games, looking good. But again, somehow we saw Teak get 9th place there, 11 by himself as a solo.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. We expected into him, and he slowed down. We jokes about how he could get a nice little RPG off or whatnot. But he does such a great job to keep Dynamite fighting for this first place position, right? As much as Mitro's squad had a great game, Dynamite is still in this, man. 98 points, they're not completely out of this. The separation is not 100% there yet. And I'm sure they're going to be looking to try to get all of those players in the end game for next game.
They definitely are. And you'll look to see him be just as aggressive. And I want to see if they do a Salty Springs Sweaty Sand split again, because that was just ridiculous. The fact that they were able to pull it off definitely set them up for that end game.
Oh, that is ridiculous. Like, I have not seen many daring splits like that happen. And maybe in a lobby that's maybe a bit more stacked, maybe they're not able to get away with that. But that's it's like, you said it straight away when they were fine. We're like, hey, wait, guys, you are very split here. You're taking fights. That's going to be really, really risky. But he just dominated. All of them are hitting their shots, hitting some nice edits and whatnot. So did a really good job there. Really, really good job there.
Great job indeed, as we are waiting to hop into that next game. Thank you, everybody, for hanging on out. We really appreciate it. And the controversy or not, let's just move on in the chat. The admins are taking looks at it. Everybody in the background is doing all their jobs. They're making sure everything is good. Don't you worry, right? There's nothing that we as casters have influence on in those decisions. We're just casting. We're just bringing you the action. So in our opinion, aside from admins' opinions, thought they made a great play. Thought they were very smart. So we'll see if they continue to make plays and be aggressive in their normal style, but be smart about it. Because I just want to say, when they decided to disengage that storm fight, I was very, very, very shocked by that. Because normally we would have seen them just go through, eliminate the team, and run through their zone because they happen to come across them on their loot path. So we'll see if they're able to do anything the same. I want to see if Team Dynamite somehow manages to make it through, even if they make it through with just one player there. Interesting to see the Devils 1 squad as well, getting a 9th, 5th, 3rd place, kind of ramping up there, 11. So maybe we see a victory there for them.
Yeah, that's very, very possible, right? We still have a couple more games to go of the final session, man. I can't believe this is the final session. It's all gone so quick. It just felt like yesterday we were seeing Benji and company can get 1,000 whatever points in the first ever session, and we haven't seen anybody get that again, get anything close to that again. Obviously, last Monday session was pretty good. We saw a team completely dominate in a fashion we've never seen before. Four wins out of 6 games, but this session, I'm hoping that maybe we can see even more dominance from Mitra and company, and maybe push that 1,000 score. It's not impossible. Not impossible, right? It's not impossible.
No, because think about it. They're sitting at 498 right now. To get to where they need to be, let's do math so I can be 100% right there. So, I don't got to be judged by the chat. They need 581 points. So let's think about that. Let's get a little bit math there. 581. If we divide that by 3, of course, this is all done for you, so you don't have to really follow along that much, right? They need 193 points a game. That for them is going to be very, very interesting to see if they're able to. That's not that far, right? We see 120 points for the Victory Royale. So what, 195 points per game minus 120. Then per game, they need 75 elimination points. 8 points by that, I believe that's 9, 10 eliminations. That's not something that they can't do. Yeah,
and the thing is, when they win games, typically when they win games, they're winning games with like 20 kills, right? So if anything, it's like it's not even like a 10 kill win each time. It's like if they can maybe get 2 more wins where they just get like 20 eliminations the way they have now, they're going to be sitting and looking pretty good on that series leaderboard. So it'll be interesting to see whether they're able to continue this form, because as much as they make it look easy, it's not easy to get a 26 kill win whatsoever. Like, not at all. So let's just see how. Yeah, let's just see. That's all we can do. Just wait to see.
That's literally all we can do is see. As I believe we do have the game ready for you guys as the battle bus has been loaded up. The players will be dropping on into the map. I want to keep our eyes on that Sweaty Sand Salty Springs dropping there is going to be very, very interesting if they're able to split it yet again. I definitely think that's very, very, I've used the word before, egregious, and the fact that it's just very, very greedy. But if you're that confident in how you're playing, you're going to be able to pick up a lot of extra loot and a lot of extra eliminations. Is if we look, I don't see maybe a team dropping Salty, but it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, and I think we just flew past, like, Pleasant is not that contested either. There's a split there. There's only 2 players. Like, there's a lot of places that are under contested. So if they can find some success over, rotate in, kind of clean up on some of these areas, and they're gonna be looking good. Wow, like this is so what? Look, they have two of them at Sway, which is uncontested, right? They have that themselves. They're probably gonna rotate into Salty right after they finish looting this bridge and looting this little hut over here. And if they're quick enough, they could maybe go back towards Pleasant, pick up the 2 players there. Like, there's a lot of options they have from just doing the split that they're doing. And like you said, it can be seen as a bit greedy, but if you can get away with it, you should 1,000,000% go for it, right?
Oh, 100%. If you're able to get away with it, do it. We do see Cracky going to take down Huddy there from Eternity. And nice shots here from Mini on the high ground. Shots come through. We do see Sydney will fall. Huddy will fall. Mini will fall. And now Rax has to clutch up, but he only has the AR, has to go directly in, and unfortunately he will be eliminated there. The pogo stick, everybody dancing, part of the game there as we see the first couple of eliminations going through. And because we do have a little bit of the live lobby reminder, you have to get to top 20. So this team, now everybody here earning placement points for just being in the game right now.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Being able to just kind of get some quick placement points, man. Some of these teams, they've not been placing too well, so getting some placement points off the bat is obviously a nice thing to have. Obviously, that's just the nature of the lobby we have in this session here. As we see, Lou not able to edit cleanly enough, getting just that's so tall, like. It's so toxic. I'd be a bit triggered if that was me. But the DV1 boy is kind of just taunting him a bit, chucking him off the hill, and he's gonna fall. And he's leaving his Aimsons gets lasered from the boat. And you see, teammate's gonna try to come to his rescue, but 30 HP left on him, and he's knocked. It's not looking good for him at all, man.
Not at all. I don't know how people hit shots on those boats. I
never hit it.
Yeah, I never hit it either. I don't know. They've got just ridiculous aim as we move over to the stream. I believe that's a bad sniper and company up there as they're fighting Viper, Wayne last, EMX XR, and Dimsick. The shots are continuing to come through here on the Viper. Shots from Dimsick from behind going to cause that player to try to edit up and out, but they're actually just going to edit horizontally there as the EMX XR going to apply pressure from one. Bad sniper not able to withstand the pressure, and he will fall as now shots coming through. The iconic skin coming on through, but he's nothing short of iconic. There's unfortunately will fall as Viper and company pick up 4 eliminations, and they will claim Lazy Lake as their own.
Yeah, they did a pretty good job to do so as well, right? Not in an easy fashion. Obviously, the squad that they were taking on the stream, Vivek and company, sorry, they land it all the time and they do a good job there. So being able to pick them up is it's pretty nice, pretty clean, and they're able to go about their game well as we tune into another fight here. The Mentor's falling.
Ooh, not looking good in this fight. Usually going into Mentos in their favor is now they're losing a lot of players. I think only 1 player remaining here for Dementos and company, and all of a sudden it doesn't look very good, though. French is low. Mirage is not at the healthiest of HP, does still have shields. It seems like it's a 1v2 right now in favor of Mirage and company. They do have a player down, though. We do see Blue Supercar unfortunately going down, so it is just Flexi. Flexi is the only one alive that can change the fight. Now, the Mentos and Jam side are currently down. You do see Flexi standing right on top of him, as we do see a res does come on through. Now, Flexi needs to find these players quickly. His shots will start to move the fight back into his favor. Some damage going off there as another res trying to come up through. A nice shot there. Going to take up a lot of Flexi shield, and he doesn't have anything to heal it back up with. Shubakai trying to heal up himself, and this is not looking good for Flexi as he's going to take another huge pump there. The Mintos will fall. Will Flexi fall as well as they finish up jam side? Shubakai getting that siphon effect over. Shots coming on through. Not going to connect there. Shots coming from both sides, and Flexi, unfortunately, will fall as well.
Yeah, not looking good. They usually win this fight, man. We were talking, they did so well last game of being able to win the fight and then win the follow-up fight. And you see the follow-up third-party players coming in here. We'll see if this squad is going to be as successful as the Mentos squad was the last game at handling a third party. But yeah, this is not looking too good for the Mentos squad falling there. You see Mirage here, just going to look to get some floppers. See if we can pick up some extra health, dropping the sniper for it. And it seems like they're just going to look to swim out. Yeah, they want no part of this fight here. Look, the boat players cut them off. We got a fight in the water right now. What is going on? This is I just saw the boat kind of flying in. Still looking to kind of like leave, I guess, but no mats for Mirage. And if you get caught in this water with no mats while players are looking at you, you are most likely going to die here. And you see Mirage taking so much damage. What is going on? This is ridiculous. This is so hectic. You see so many players just taking damage in the middle of the water. Like, what?
And Hunter comes in on another boat. I really don't know, but shots going through by everybody. It's going to be Loro's squad versus the MCX, their Solary squad. As now the MCS squad not looking good as it's only Squawks and Orc, as they're the ones that came in on the boat to start this fight. We do see Podesai and Hunter will fall. Anxious trying to get involved with his action, and a lot of action nonetheless. Shots continue to go through. Anxious trying to phase on through, using that shotgun to try to catch the player off guard with the wall replace. So using all the hard mats that they can to stay alive. That's going to be Orc trying to build for his life. Is unfortunately, I think Orc just found Train Hard French. They're literally edited into his box. As now Anxious and company are looking for Squawks. He's the only remaining member here for this squad, and this fight being ever so hectic. This squad sitting on 6 eliminations. Shots go through. We saw a lot of damage go on to Scepter. Squawks being the one to put that on. As shots come through, they are going to find Shubaki as he will fall there to Anxious. As hold on, Anxious going to find another whole player. Shots going to go through, and that's going to be a nice heal there. That's going to be on the French, and Squawks fall to Loro in the side.
And he played that so well. I want to highlight he actually did that. A lot of players don't really do. His movement there was impeccable. The player jumps in the box behind him, right? And instead of kind of panicking and taking a 180, right, just a random shot and trying to hope that he hits some sort of god headshot, he just continues to walk forward, get behind the cover of the edited wall, and then turn around and hit the shot and kill him. That was some really nice movement play there. Something that I don't see a lot of players do efficiently and effectively, right? Taking that random just 180, you're just relying on your raw aim and your raw talent to try to kill that player. But if you stay composed, just continue to move forward. A lot of the time, players that are trying to hit a player that's not facing them often don't really, hit the shots very well, especially if you move very quickly. So him being able to move quickly, move behind the wall, edit, and then turn around and get the kill, you saw it work out for him there. And some really nice movement from him.
You broke that down so perfectly. Movement in this game with your character is so important because you don't have impulses, you don't have shockwaves to save yourself there. Because I think in previous season, had that play had happened, I don't think he would have moved as much. I think he would have shockwaved on out and tried to get out as soon as you heard that trap go down. Right, you try to get out as soon as you can, but having to rely on your raw skill, your raw mobility. That was nice. As we see, Marcotti is going to pick up an elimination as we move over to our first place team being best players. If you're like, hey, what is Mitro's name? This is them, best players. Mitro, of course, 200 quick. That is, Falcon going to snipe there on to Handy Wyguden. And they have been eyeing this team as they've been rotating into zone again, trying to cut off teams as they're rotating so they can get easy eliminations. Not easy in the fact that these players aren't good, but easy as they're going to be able to find the rotations naturally, and they won't have to push for them. They are going to try to find up Indy Guden. I believe they will find him as Mitro, just trying to get some grenades out in case they're able to pick up some eliminations. But that will be their first of the game. And if it's any indication of last game, they're looking to pick up about 20 more.
Yeah, like you see the way they rotate and cut these players. It's almost like hitting a brick wall, right? Imagine trying to rotate into the zone. And you're just faced with Mitra's squad just sitting there, chucking nades at you. CR just trying to laser you with his AR. You know, Falcony there picking up a nice snipe on one of your teammates. Like it's like hitting a brick wall. There's not much you can do, and they do it so effectively and so well. This squad here though. They just had to kind of leave Andy Gooden behind and leave Mickle behind. There's not much you can do. I'm not sure if they got a reboots. Maybe they did, but oh, he hits a shot. Nice little. You know, his teammate got sniped. He said, "Hey, look, we can use a sniper as well." Both of them with sniper in hand. Gonna look to take even more. Yeah, you see, look, his teammate hit a sniper, so he's feeling confident. He's like, "Hey, I can hit a shot too." But they still got to focus on getting into the zone. They don't want to get drawn into a fight with these guys because they probably will not win. Just to be frank, right? 2v4 against best players is not a situation you want to be in. So, gonna just have to look to rotate in and try to figure out how they're gonna win this game with just two of them alive.
Yeah, as we move over to where that absolutely insane fight happened in the water earlier, Laura and company able to make it out. They were the victors of the fight. As we have another squad being inside of Misty Meadows, that's going to be Wayne Last, Dipstick, EMXXR, and Viper looking to clutch it up here, get some more points. That squad currently sitting on 4 elimination. The squad they're fighting currently sitting on, just a casual 8 elimination.
Yeah, 8 eliminations at this point in the game is actually quite a lot, right? We see a lot of teams win games with 8 eliminations. So for you to have 8 eliminations already and when they're, 5th zone, moving zones, anything like that, we're still the 2nd zone. You're setting yourself up to have a high elimination game, but you can have all the eliminations in the world if you haven't got the placement to go with it. You're never going to see yourself at the top of that leaderboard. So they're going to be looking to get some good placement along with all their eliminations.
I agree. As we see a fight happening here between the Devils 1 squad and the MCS X OTWX Vitality X SY squad. A lot of different names there, as we'll see what they're able to do. As ADZ here from Vitality trying to get some shots there onto a player in the box. We'll see if he's able to connect there with the shots. More engagements happening there. As I take it back, we do see Sigma Twin Pro will go down there to Mitro, because I think they're going to find out the team that they got the sniper shots on is ADZ and company trying to get these shots down below. ADZ going to find the player out. Nice shots there as Kinsel will take down NG Gooden, so they find more now sitting on 3 elims there for them. You see this squad sitting on 5, and going into these later games in the lower player lobbies that do have a little less players in them, right? You don't have as many players going in. You still have a lot of quality players, but not as many of them. You're going to have harder times finding those eliminations like we talked about. So sitting on 5, looking to find more. You're looking to go very, very high up in the points, as ADZ going to use that SMG to try to break on through. P90 not really good at breaking through that already built meta, as Antrak is going to take down Smiley. Elimination will come on through, and now they're going to continue to press their advantage. They have found the button to press, and they are pressing it, as you see Antrak taking down 3 almost by himself, and now they're looking for the last player remaining at EU. Please check your codes.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. The squad did a great job to eliminate these guys, and finally picking up the final kill there onto Lukey. Sorry, my bad. The squad is a great squad, right? I actually had an encounter with Ads. I don't think Ads he likes me much, Clay. I think it was like 2 seasons ago, right? He was playing the solo Cash Cup game, and he was landing at Loot Lake, and I didn't have much loot, and I kind of just wasted his time, right? Just made him chase me for a long time, and then ended up wasting like a big pole or something. And I don't speak French, but I'm sure what he said on stream wasn't too nice. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
Ooh, Levin getting flamed. I like it. As we go over to our number 1 squad here, you see they're at 498 points there. Dynamite in 2nd, DV1 in 3rd, Refs, Pax, Beast, and Kuno in 4th, and Don Skirta in 5th there, as they're looking to pick up more eliminations and press their advantage. They do take down Wayne Last. We see them sitting on a total of, well, I was going to math that up, but then it just keeps increasing. Now, 8 eliminations. They're looking to do it again. They're rotating very well. They have RPGs, so they can, if someone shoots at them, they can return fire with these RPGs. The shots coming through. Dipstick maybe the one that is the disadvantage, as well as EMXXR. He's doing the solo washing machine, but not going to be a good spot. He is going to be able to pop these heals, get back up to 62 effective HP. RPG is there, but the SMG there going to be very, very potent. That's going to be Mitro spraying that time and time and again, and you need to get out of this situation. They need to find something. Unfortunately, there for them, they are inside of the zone. Grenades, RPGs, everything being used to eliminate these players. Oh, an RPG is going to come through. It is going to hit 2 members there. I believe CRR and Kinsel were the members that got tagged up. And now, Levin, I think being too aggressive.
Yeah, this is where you kind of see them overextend a bit, and they got to be careful not to just get too excited, because they, like we said, for them to improve their series leaderboard score, they need to make sure that these last, couple games are consistent games and that they perform well in these. So they got to just kind of relax. They've got a decent amount of eliminations already. You see Falcon here with a little carry, right? He has the same amount of eliminations as all of his teammates combined. And they gotta make sure that they keep this kind of form up, right? They want to make sure that they finish off the inning strong. You see that they're not stopping that. They want this elimination, but at what cost? They gotta be careful not to fall. You see the players up on high ground there, just trying to do anything to them, try to get some damage off. So gotta stay composed, guys. Don't fall too easily.
And we talked about this in the very early games. They need to stay, you said it perfectly, composed. Oh, Falcony, I don't know if that hit. I think it was his shields cracking there, but they can spin these mats because they have extra mats on top of them, but they don't have a lot of extra shields. Only on about, they're about 12, 13, 14 minis there. So we'll see, is Shadecott gonna go down there? Drepa, Maker gonna pick him on. I believe that's Drepa too hard. Picking up that, is this squad looking back and forth from what we've expected them. The zone starting to pull. 11, I'm gonna say, I feel like zone will pull. I'm gonna say opposite of the mountain. I'm gonna say directly west, maybe southwest here.
Oh, I'm gonna oppose you there. It's gonna go east. That's my pick. We'll see who's right. The loser has to give the other one 50,000 euros. Deal?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. 50,000 euros in Monopoly money. There we go. I'll go out and buy a European Monopoly just to send it on over.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that, bro.
Oh, you know what? I feel like I was closest. So
we didn't say closest, bro. We didn't say closest.
Hey, closest counts in 4-9 hand grenades, horseshoes, whatever you want to call it. As we do see Kinsel gonna take down one. Now they're pushing their advantage. They know these players are weak because of the damage they've done. They know they're low on mats, and they're continuing to push it. 11 now sitting on 9 eliminations. They're looking to break their game from last one. Right, they had 20, I think 27 actually. My apologies, not 21 eliminations there. That last game, yeah, 27. They're gonna have to pick up a lot of players as we move over to Scepter and company. And we saw them do very well inside of Misty Meadows, and luckily enough for them, they haven't had to lose it. But a solo player going for high ground.
Yeah, that's a pretty ballsy play. It's ill-advised in my opinion. He's not gonna have the materials, right, to be able to sustain this. I think that's just any sort of pro level, competitive level format. You need to understand that going for high ground in the 50-50 zone is difficult because you need a lot of mats to be able to sustain it. So it's probably not going to work out for him. You see this squad here, only with 3 players left, but they're looking to prime themselves to get a decent end game. I'm sure maybe if they can go for high ground, they will take it, but I probably wouldn't even advise them to do it because, actually maybe I wouldn't, because Anxious actually has quite a lot of mats on him. Gonna just take some time to use the minis. They're getting pressured here, but he just needs to chill. Look, you're focused on building. Don't focus on building, bro. You need your help. Use your minis well, and focus on that. He finally does. As we see so many players still alive, and we said that it's going to be difficult for Mitra and company to top their last game score, but there are the players in the lobby to kill. I wouldn't put it past them if they ended up getting like 20 kills right now, but hey, let's just see how it goes.
Yeah, as they have updated on them actually challenging high ground, deciding they're going to play the mid ground area. We'll see what they're able to do. Is the Anxious and company, nice block here from the back, but will they able to do this now? Shots continue to go through, I believe. Loro caught on out there. Shots continue to move. They're not going to be tagged on up there. Now they're going to be forced to block their back even more. And guess who's in their tunnel? It's Mitro, it's Kinsel, it's CR, it's Falcony, and they're pushing. very hard as we'll have Storm Surge for 4 players here. We'll see if they need 4 players that need to go down before that turns off. Their squad 2,000 damage above. Nitro and Company 3,600 damage above as well. So they're gonna have a hard time building in. As we see Axios using all the remaining mats there. Is Snazy gonna be the one challenging Nitro and Dev's high ground? We do see Axios and Company sitting on, as I would say, I think they're just as many eliminations there as Mitro and them, but they only have 1 player, and Axios has to fight for his life by himself, and this is going to be very hard as we see Stacey challenging the high ground there with the RPG, but quickly realizes that was not the play. As we see Kinsel going to take down Kenson, Violin going to take down Laurel, Falcony going to take down Osso, Kenson going to take down Falcony. A lot of trade eliminations going through, and I can't confirm for you, Mitro is currently on the high ground, literally carrying Falcony on his back.
Yeah, they're looking to kind of position themselves in a place where they can get the res off, because the more players they have alive, the more kill potential they have. You see so many players falling here in the kill feed, and Anxious, the solo player, he's got 4 floppers and a bandy cannon. He can afford to stay in the zone for a decent amount of time here.
Yeah, that is something I didn't notice. That's a very good point out there from Levin. He is going to be able to make it in his zone. He's got 50 builds. He can make a flopper play again if zone pulls out in his favor. As we do see Kinsel take down a player. We do see Raxo Dynamite going to take down Mitro as if Falcony is fallen as well. It's only going to be Kinsel remaining. And all of a sudden, they looked very, very good. But now, losing over half their players there. Kinsel going to be stuck in zone. Can't make the edit. And Kinsel will fall. They pick up 14 eliminations, though. But guess who's on the high ground? It's the Team Dynamite with Raxo, with Teak. They're looking to pick up the victory royale. They saved their mats and their grenades for the right time as Drepa and Company are trying to stay alive. Grenades are coming in. Shots are going through. Pepper going to take them down, but the RPG's going to take everybody down. Grenades, shots, everybody falling from above as ADC rotating through your middle there. We do see Raxo just absolutely going to beam that player. That will be another elimination here for them as they will start to gain momentum going towards the top of the leaderboard. Again, they were sitting in 2nd place there, only to Mitro and Company, dropping down ADZ, getting absolutely beamed. Raxo beaming another one. Raxo beaming everybody. Ghost Camo falls. Raxo and Teak looking very, very good on 9 eliminations and the high ground. We'll see if they're able to pick it up, choosing to focus the backside of zone instead of rotating ahead of it. You see Teak being the one to do that. Not a lot of mats here remaining. Just so you guys know, it's Marcotti and Cranky versus Croc Swag, and this team as Cranky goes down, Marcotti goes down, as it's Croc and Swag versus Raxo and Teak. And they get a nice shot there. Raxo and Company should be able to pick up the victory royale, as it doesn't seem like one of those players has any mats as the drop down comes from Teak. A 2v1, my apologies, shots will come through here. Raxo going for the pickaxe, the insult to the injury, and the victory royale. This time, 12 eliminations going over there to them.
Yeah, that was a nice win. And the reason why that win is so important, right, is because they were the team in 2nd place, right? They were the team who were challenging Mitro and Company for that 1st place spot. And obviously, Mitro's squad falling there. Kinsel's left to be last alive. So pretty good for them on the leaderboard for them to get that win, and I'm sure that's going to push them towards the 1st place unless Mitro and Company were able to pick up more eliminations I didn't see. When I highlight Anxious that we were watching him, we mentioned how he had a lot of floppers, and we thought, that would allow him, even though he was solo, that would allow him to kind of stay alive for a pretty long time. He ended up falling to the zone when he still had floppers left. So I tend to question that a bit. Anything else you noticed there, Clay, that you want to highlight?
I mean, Kinsel just didn't make it at it.
Yeah. That's disappointing. Like, that's disappointing.
I feel like it's disappointing with the way they're playing and so confident at this level. Obviously, missing edits going to cost you your life. Obviously, me missing edits all the time, I can't critique the man. He's way better than I'll ever be. I always say that.
Give yourself some credit, Clay. You've been grinding recently. I'm sure you'll maybe get to that level someday.
Yeah, no. We ain't trying to get to that level. So Kinsel them playing at a level that I appreciate, I admire, and I respect. But missing edits at this high of a level will cost you your life, as you saw him go down there to zone. Could have maybe won the game by himself, maybe, but missing that edit definitely not what you want to do here. As I believe that was game number 4. We'll be moving into game number 5 here surely is. Oh, okay. Well, update. CR and them at 688 points, and now looking to eclipse Benji and them. They take 7th place with 50 eliminations. 11, they get 190 points that game, which was 5 points under what they needed to take over the top spot.
They are trying to prove me wrong. I didn't realize they had 15 eliminations, which is ridiculous, right? They are looking good, like you said, just under that game by game limit that we set, right? That we said they need to eclipse Benji and company, but they can make that 5 points up next game, man. They're clearly on a roll. They're clearly on fire. As much as Kinzel missed his edit there, as a squad, they're all like doing pretty well when it comes to their mechanics, and I'm sure that this form's going to continue into the next 2 games, man.
That's absolutely ridiculous there for them. Their average place is 10th, but they have 56 eliminations. Is absolutely ridiculous there. But we have to give time to talk about the Dynamite team. 4th place, 2nd place, 9th place, 1st place. That is insane. They're playing really well. Nothing else to say other than they're playing ridiculously well.
No, but it's true, right? This is a squad that is like, as much as squads are over, right, in terms of the whole competitive scene. This is a squad that has just been like a dark horse squad. They've been so consistent throughout all events that they've played in, and as much as the FNCS and whatnot is done, they're looking to show, hey, we are a team competing to be the best squad right now, and they're definitely showing that off. Picking up the win last game was insane. The other placements have been insane. They've been super consistent, and I'm super impressed, man. Hopefully, I'm as much as there is a gap starting to be created between them and best players. Let's see if they can close that gap. You never know.
They might be able to, but again, it's all about increasing your series leaderboard points, and it's gonna be interesting. Now, I'm sure them already improving their series leaderboard points here today. So looking to just at this point, like we've talked about, eclipse Mongrel, Benji, apologize, Benji, Mongrel, Wolfies, and Nate there. I was thinking of Mitro's team while saying it out loud, but now it's going to be hard. And I want to point out, Levin, in 2nd place on the series leaderboard is Raxotique, Evil, and Kubix.
Yeah, so they've been amazing throughout this WarLegend. WarLegend has been somewhat of their stomping ground, right? They've been able to do so well, and as much as they don't necessarily need to improve that series leaderboard score, if they can, then that's just going to be a big confidence boost going into the finals next week. And looking at the series leaderboard, man, it's good, right? It's good that we've seen already. Mitra and company on the series leaderboard are sitting at 536 points, but right now their current score within this session is 688. So they've already eclipsed that series leaderboard point score, and just from just looking right now, it looks like they'd be positioned decently, I guess around 20th, right? I'm not too sure.
I think they'd be at 11th right now.
Yeah, but they would be. They'd be at 11th right now. So that's ideal. Like, to say the least, that is ideal. That is what they want. And I'm sure they're going to be looking to increase that even more, push them way into their top 5, into the top 5 of series points.
And it will be interesting from both of them. Again, it's going to come down to the next 2 games. That was game number 4. We'll be happening into game number 5. And I also want to point out the spread on the overall leaderboard today of 1 to 2 is at 600. So the bottom there, Dynamite is 632. Dan Skarna is at 485 points. That is a ridiculous spread there, right? Yeah. If you do some math, that's 147 points spread. That's, of course, a victory with only a couple eliminations, but that's normally not what we see.
No. We often see the leaderboard be quite close, and that's no discredit. That's no discredit to Dan Skarna, right? The team in 3rd place right now. They're an amazing squad. They're consistently performing well, and one of my favorite squads, like one of the teams I support the most. But Dynamite and best players are just on another level right now. They're just competing at such a high caliber level that that's just the nature of how it goes, right? That's why we see them be so far ahead, and I don't see that changing unless maybe we can see Dan Skarna or DV1 or 96 Spots, have a pop off game. This gap is probably going to remain.
We'll see, and I want to again see if Mitra and them are able to make that split. If Team Dynamite and them are able to fight off spotting it. I believe that they are landing Frenzy Farms, if I'm correct in my assumption. Oh, wait, I don't have to assume. It's right here on the leaderboard. You do see best players in Dynamite there in first. Last match winners being Team Dynamite there. Again, game 5, session number 6. After this, we will move to the finals as we see 77 players here. Mitra and them, I can confirm, are splitting Sweaty and Salty. They will have both of those places, I think, uncontested there. Yeah, Flutterboy's landing short there. They have to worry, though, about Flutterboy's, Camo Pepper, and Rios rotating in, but looking really good as we see D-Mine is uncontested at the farm. They will be defending it. And they do have a team north there. Astimus, Floaty, Violeted, and Slicks that they'll have to worry about, as well as Lazy Lake contested yet again. Craggy Cliffs contested yet again. Slurpee actually contested this time around, as well as that oh so dreadful Mountain 11.
Yeah, let's not talk about the mountain, man. I don't want to. Like, I probably will just have to message one of these squads like after the session and just be like, guys, come on, like, stop landing there. Like, just stop. But hey, look, we're tuning into Craggy Cliffs here. They're just gonna, yeah, you see him saving the barrels a bit, right? Because obviously he's waiting for his teammates to come so that they can use it together. We saw them kind of mess up with this a bit last time, but this is two of them going to make use of it right now. Not having the patience to wait for his teammates to throw in them, but regardless, they're looking fine. They're just going to be able to loot up. Obviously, his loot's not ideal. Green AR and just a grey pistol, not ideal. And the FAMAS now, but I'm sure they'll be fine. Looks like you're muted, Clay. Sure.
My apologies there. As we do see Trade Age French fall there to Orc. Unfortunate there for them. Orc and them. Actually interesting to see that fight actually even happening. I believe. I actually, I'm very intrigued by that happening. We'll see what they're able to do. I think actually Devil's One Smiley is AFK. Maybe his game crashed. I'm not too sure because he's currently sitting in the water. As we get a nice shot there. Marcotti there up on the high ground looking to pick up some shots. As now the fight is happening. We do see Interact taken down very, very low. Hutty is currently still farming up there. Not out of the action just yet. Shots going through. A lot of damage going through from both parties there. Mini Company very, very good, as we do see the elimination onto Interact does come on through. Shots continuing to go through. They will try to keep this. We do see a lot of damage go over to Mini. He's currently sitting very, very low. Shots being taken as well. Rax gonna get a knock there. Oh, baby, what a little nice knock there for him. You do see 25 builds. He's gonna continue to press their numbers advantages. Shots continuing here for this squad. They are in a 4v2, and it's looking like they're going to be able to take it as only, well, as I speak now, a 4v1. Only one player being ADZ from Team Vitality going to be alive, as now you see shots going through. They're continuing to press. You see them on top of them through the wall. You can see ADZ try to run away. Rax trying to go for the little bit of harpoon play. I was going to say maybe we go for the pickaxe, but the L has been taken as we go over to Lazy Lake 11. This fight happening yet again.
Yeah, this is a fight we see commonly happen, and obviously last time the Vic squad did not come out on top, but this time taking out one last tier, and they're in the midst of the fight, right? You see them non-stop. Blacks just continue to pressure, goes down after taking down Dimsik, but gonna be avenged by the Vic, but the Vic does also end up falling. Oh no, not the Vic, sorry. Bad Sniper ends up falling, but they win the fight as a whole, being able to eliminate that squad, and they're just gonna go for the revive. But you see the bottom, look at the map. You see Anxious and company rotating into the lace. You can see the fight, right? And they can see that it looks like it's finished up. And as much as they're rotating into Lazy, they're also rotating away from this boat. You see the boat plays continue. I don't know what this is. I've not seen much of this happen, but this is sick. Look at the boats, man. They're just using the boat rockets to just apply pressure. Like, this is actually next level. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not smart enough to like flip and figure out what this is, but this is next level clearly.
I can't tell if it's 200 IQ or 0 IQ. We'll find out here shortly if they're able to make the play there. As Hunter is going to be on the high ground there. Squawks trying to get on in. We do see Orc with not a lot of HP. They have 2 eliminations. Squawks getting a nice bit of tags there. Under that player, we'll see as Hunter going to take some damage. Orc will fall. Shots continuing to do that. Player is wide and Scepter going to go down. This fight looking very good there for them. They did lose Orc, but now returning the eliminations onto the other team. Again, can't tell yet if it's 200 IQ is looking that way, but in a 3, it seems like a 3v3 now. Shots going through. They're going to find that player down very, very low. Podoside going to go from the opposite side to try to pinch him there as Squawks thinks his teammate is shooting at him. We'll see as grenades are starting to come as well, trying to bank them. Their Hunter not going to connect there onto the shots, as now this squad also has to be careful with the third party. It's going to be Anxious, Rez, Umi, and Loro trying to stay alive. The grenades bouncing, and Hunter still not connecting there as Devil's One Smiley will fall. He was found out. AFK Loro going to go down there. This fight looking ever so good. It's going to, if it pays off, this is 200 IQ here for them. As we do see the RPG coming through. Hunter going to take some damage from behind and in front of him. Nice build to make sure he makes his way out on, as Podoside and Squawks have to start putting pressure back so that Hunter, can start to pick up the heals as shots going through there, putting the pressure back. Damage has gone down. Anxious will fall. RPGs himself, as that's the last player going down.
Yeah, that was yeah, he RPG'd himself. What more can I say? We talked about, you know, the things that you don't expect to see at the top tier level, and that's one of them for sure. That's definitely one of them. But he does fall in quick fashion, I guess, there, and allows the team to just kind of move on and pick up his loot and go about their day. As we see a beautiful view of the map here. I want to give a shout out to production, man. We haven't given them a shout out in a while, but that does not mean that they've not been doing a great job. They've been doing a great job today, bringing us some great action and some great camera angles, man. I'm loving this, man.
Yeah, shout out to them in the background. Paul doing a great job there.
Paul, oh my god.
With Late Nash, I believe, helping out as well as Shook a Pick. Shout out to them, doing a really good job there in the background, getting us all this action. Killing it as we do see DV's1's Artor in a bad spot here. Again, that purple team that you see, that's the Eternity team we saw dominate Craggy Cliffs. So looking to pick up some more eliminations. We do see a nice grenade there onto Artor. Now having to use more shields. The Eternity team doesn't want to push this. They just want to pick up some Stormsurge tags.
Yeah, man, they're doing something I like, right? It's a form of measured aggression. You see, they got the tag from the grenade, right? They did the damage. That doesn't mean that they just go, we did damage. Let's push. No, like, just chill. We did some damage. Now we probably ain't got to worry about Storm Surge all that much. We can just chill. We can relax, you know, fight for our position and rotate about our day pretty nicely. So I like that play for them. You can see they're looking at the boat. I think they're going to use that to rotate over towards the zone. More boat plays, man. More boat plays. I'm loving it. Oh, he's not going for the boat.
He waxes. No, I don't want to take the boat plays there, as he will see some more flopper plays, and that has been the story of this chapter so far. Flopper plays, Levin, have been the meta in solos, especially, as well as squads. We'll probably see it in duos. Probably see the priority there be a little bit less, just because it is duos. You are going to have 2 players there, and you won't be able to say, "Hey, Rax, you're going to hold the floppers for the squad."
Yeah, as much as that is a factor when you have less inventory slots, so you have to prioritize things more and more. Floppers are just an essential, right? Like I think regardless of the game mode, I think if you have especially if you have a lot, right? Maybe if it's just one flopper, then fair enough, you don't carry it. But if you have a lot of floppers available, like it's an essential that you must carry that. If that means you have to drop your SMG or drop your AR, I think you do it, because the play potential you have when carrying floppers is just so high. Like, I just think they are just a priority. And a great addition to the game. They've added for so much more in the season, and I'm really happy that we have them.
And now my question to you as we get this spot, would you rather have floppers or impulse grenades?
I'm saying floppers. Impulse grenades were garbage. Like,
not shockwaves, not the one that broke the build, just the normal impulse.
I'd easily take floppers still. Easily take floppers. Yeah,
okay. Take floppers. All right, Levin, picking the floppers. I feel like I would say, just because of lack of heals, I would say floppers as well. Now, I would love to have both of them in the game, so we'll see if they're able to. Smiley, again, was the AFK or something happened there where he had to not be playing. He wasn't disconnected. He was actually in the game, sitting in the water, just off into the distance. He did get eliminated, so his elimination will count, as Lukey and company having to play without them. Shots coming through. I love that Advise is picking up that pistol. We've talked about it. So good and so potent, and getting quick eliminations this game with 58 player shots. Ooh, coming through here from Lukey, gonna tag that player up. I'm not actually sure who he tagged up there, but a nice tag nonetheless.
Yeah, that was a nice little tag there he got on onto the player. Obviously, Smiley not with them unfortunately, but 3-man unit is still going to be able to do some damage. And we tune into this fight here. This is a pretty interesting fight, right? Because you have the two teams fighting below, kind of in these box fights, but you have the third party sitting on the hill. That's Andy Gooden and company. They're sitting on the hill applying pressure. And we see Nate here filling in, because we see Nate's on Mongrel's squad, but he's filling in for his boys here, picking up an elimination for them, helping the competition. But you know, I'm sure he's still fine, feeling good about how his squad did.
Yeah, definitely feeling good as well. Now not feeling good as he's down to 4 HP. Luckily, he's got floppers, he's got surfish, he's going to be able to pop him on off. There's also Ketson here to try to help out as well. Nate will be able to pop those surfish here relatively soon. We're going to farm on up here. The squad that is on top of them, right? The squad that is pressing their advantage. Again, you saw Sin Pro, Indy Gooden, NGY Gooden, and Neo, I believe, filling on in there as shots continuing to come through all around there. The red team that you see is Refsguard and his squad. They're there without Hacksaw, so only playing as a trio. That's where did go down. That player going to fall as well. Ketson going to get taken down there. Also will get taken down as well. The question is, did Nate, we see Nate run away, but he says, you know what? I'm just completely disengaging, and this team definitely not going to let him. And it's really hard to run away from a team if you're solo trying to get lost in the builds, but it's not looking good here for Nate, as I believe he might start to fall. Going back in. Oh, a nice little move from Nate, but unfortunately not going to be enough as he will fall.
Yeah, that was some nice movement, able to just run past the player pretty quickly. And another example of what I mean there, right? You might think it's weird. Like, if you're someone listening, you're like, what are you talking about? Just run away. Like, when someone's like running ahead of you, like just swiftly runs past you, because of the way like the camera angle is in the game, it's like it's not as an easy of a shot as you'd think it is, right? So some nice movement there from Nate, but he does fall regardless, and that's going to be their squad out of the game. Out of the game as we see Bad Sniper being eliminated, as well as Airkid and Hunter being knocked there. And fight happening. We'll swap on over here to CRR, who just picked up an elimination there from, I believe, Falcony's elimination, as they're just picking up the loot. Not a lot of eliminations this time around. Maybe playing to get those placement points a little bit more. I definitely don't think that's the case. Literally, as I said it, I was just thinking, no, they're going to get some more eliminations. I know they're looking for them. Yeah, 1 kill for these guys is like, it's just not enough. Like, you forgot, like, it's not enough. So I know for certain that they're gonna probably just make some sort of W key play. Look how many nades he's got. He's got 12 nades. They're heading towards like the center of the zone. All those teams sitting in center of this zone here, you have to fear, because CR is near, and he's gonna do what he can with those nades to pick up some free kills. So you tune into Skulls here. 2vx, not looking too good, guy.
Not looking too good indeed. I believe they're fighting Mitro. No, actually going to be fighting Eric, Dipper, Tomo, and Shane. As shots continue to come through, we do see, though, they have a lot of eliminations. Currently sitting on 9, so they're going to be happy with the amount of points they got, nonetheless, if they end up going out here. Nice shot there from Squawks. With a legendary pump, you have to be hitting those 200 so you can quickly get them eliminated. Is down to 13 HP. Doesn't seem like he's going to be lasting much longer, but is getting lost in the builds, and this is going to be hard to find him. Will get back up to 100. Oh no way, he's about to do this to them right now.
No
way. My God,
no
way. Hitting those 200s, he's gonna go down, but he may have bought his teammate Orc enough time to get out. Squawks. Ooh.
They're not going to be able to revive. They're not going to be able to reboot that teammate. So he's just griefed their game. That was such a great play. I love that so much from him. Some great movement, some clutch shots hit. And so unfortunate he wasn't able to pick up another knock, because that would have been so nice, right? But regardless, we see Mitro and company cranking for height. Interesting play. I can't say I'm a fan, right? So early, cranking for height so early. Unless they get 50-50 zone here, that would have been quite a lot of resources used, which they'll probably end up getting back just from W key in the team and just like refreshing their mats. But hey, a bit of a gamble here by them.
A bit of a gamble, but I think they're doing it to pick up this elimination right here. As you see Mitro be very, very greedy to pick it up. But look, there's no one that has an angle, so that is why they're able to do it. Now, a snipe did come through, so Mitro to play a little bit more carefully, as we do see Falcony getting shot at as well. Insult and CR playing a little bit more of the low ground, see what they're able to do. Again, only one elimination. Now Mitro sitting on 49 builds here. We saw invested a lot early. Kensel on 118, CR 122, and Falcony on 75. They will be in a good spot to keep high ground if they're going to pull it. But I think Zone might pull to them because they're sitting on a little bit of an incline, right? That little bit of a hill / mountain might just be enough for Zone to pull to them, as we see a nice, beautiful shot here of the other squad contesting their high-ish ground, right? They're not really looking to contest it right now, but if Zone pulls to them, we'll see if it does.
Yeah, as we get a beautiful view of the zone here. It'll be interesting to see where the 50-50 goes to. So you got any predictions, my guy?
I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna say it's gonna pull to Mitro them on that hill, or if not, it's gonna pull to the other hill that the Kova guys are on. So we'll see as we move over to our team. Right now, this is the Dynamite team sitting in second place right now. 632 points, looking to improve that, as we do see Eternity's Racks unfortunately going down to Downs 2K, who have been having a really great performance. Levin, you know, maybe it's that 2K love showing off. They're sitting in third right now. We'll see if they're able to pick up the victory royale, which I know they desperately want. Zone gonna close here in 20 seconds. We'll see if I'm right, as players are getting held out of zone. Actually, Rax is gonna be picked back up because remember, he had the 4 floppers, so you have to pick up your flopper teammate, at least bring him into zone with you on your back, because we'll see Kubix and company just trying to get some extra boxes their way, trying to get extra ramps. Nothing really happening here as Ghost Camo will go down. That's going to be Eternity Cindy taking him on out, which is going to be used as zone. Oh, no way right now. It's pulling all the way to the east, Levin.
Yeah, we were both kind of rough. I agreed with you, but regardless, I'm interested to see, because a lot of players are going to have to move quite the distance, and obviously this squad here we're tuning into right now, Mitra squad, they have to move in quite a distance. They're moving to move around the edge of the zone, which is what I recommend for a lot of teams. When you have a very, very long rotation, moving around the edge and hoping that there's nobody kind of in your way is probably the best option. There are a couple of squads in front of them. It will be interesting to see if they kind of make a play to kind of maybe get those squads out of the way. That's the D-man guys actually, right, in their way. So the number 1 and number 2 squads in this lobby, very, very close to each other and have the potential to ruin each other's games, but most people getting in pretty freely actually. Not many difficult rotations for many people.
Speaking of a difficult rotation, this is going to be one of them, having to rotate on that low ground through players that already rotated. We do see that Raxo was able to heal up there. Was looking very, very low. Teak is going to find a nice rotation here for them. Kubix and them just going to be able to kind of squeak on through there. And you know what? I said it was going to be a hard rotation, and I was 110% wrong.
Yeah, they've been able to get in here pretty comfy. But you see here, like, what I always find it funny when literally the whole of the lobby is just on this like left side, this west side of the zone. Like, there's nobody chilling further or deeper in, and yeah, it means not. So we haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure the kill feed is about to blow up soon, where you know certain players are going to start fighting each other and trying to do things to each other. And there, look at how high these guys are. You see my guys, ETQ, Dance Kerner, all the way up on the high ground here. But look who's on the other side, trying to posture themselves in a position to knock them out. That's going to be Andy Gooden and company. They're going to be in a battle for who can keep the high ground. I'm interested to see how this plays out.
As we see Swag actually dropping down, a nice shot there. D-Mind's Evil going to get RPG'd, grenaded, sprayed. Everybody seems to be shooting him, and he is trying just to build his squad mate. Teak will fall. We do see Ariana level go down, so Falcony will not be here, as his squad still there remaining as they're trying to improve their score. Reminder, sitting only at 2 eliminations right now. Definitely need to pick up some more there. Shots continue to go through. CRR will fall. D-Mind's Evil with not a lot of HP. I'm sorry, 42 currently, as we see. Unfortunately, there it seems like that stream was a little bit frozen there, as you know, technical difficulties happening there. As there comes back to us, we do see Evil and company trying to rotate it as we move over to Kubix. as he's trying to make his way on through. We did see CRR and Falcony fall, so Mitro and Kinsel having to rotate by themselves. They update, have no match shots coming on through. Damage has been done here. Kubik's trying to get into this box, trying to get the damage off, but not going to connect as the player is going around. They are going to find him as trading out his teammate for the elimination. And that's going to be Darkarino going down. This is looking good here for them because they're going to be able to clutch it on up, as I believe Itro just fell. Kensel just fell as well. So that squad going out there, I believe getting a couple placement points as well as those elims going to be good there. But I think this squad going to be able to eclipse them, maybe, as we do see down Suke and them on the high ground looking to pick up the victory royale. But they're getting shot on up. They're going to have to deal with that. As no, down Suke going to go down. As I don't know who challenged him, but an elimination coming through nonetheless as Swag trying to stay on the high ground. That's going to be Rehash challenging him there. So Flutter Boys and Pepper there taking over the high ground, as it seems like they have managed to wipe out the team on the high ground, and it looks very, very good for them to go ahead and pick up the victory royale.
Yeah, they're in a great position here, sitting on the high ground, looking to get back to their form. We saw them at the top of the leaderboard not too long ago, and they're looking to kind of replicate that. Camo not alive, but it doesn't matter because they're looking good. You see Pepper just gonna bandican his teammate. They pick up some even more eliminations. You know, running low on mats, but it doesn't matter because they pick up the win, picking up the final kill, and that's a nice win for them. I like that.
A nice win indeed. 10 eliminations of it. That's a really good, comfortable amount of eliminations. They were sitting in 5th currently. That game being their, I would say their best, right? They had a 3rd place 12 elimination game, but you didn't pick up the victory royale bonus of that 20 points. As we move back here, we're going to see what the leaderboard looks like after game number 5, and then after game number 6, we will know our finalists. Of course, I believe we'll put them on Twitter, as I think the series leaderboard will take a little bit to update to make sure everybody's score is right, whether penalties were applied or not. We'll get it. As just so you know, Levin, there's going to be an update tomorrow at 4 a.m. Eastern. So we'll see if we get those impulses like we talked about. I definitely, I'm looking forward to it. We'll see if we get any more guns at it as well.
Hey, I'm excited. We haven't had much, new content added this season, and I know a lot of players have highlighted that. I actually don't mind, but I know a lot of players want to see some new things added. And onto the impulse conversation, right? That is something that a lot of players have, kind of been advocating for. They said, "Hey, we want to see impulses." Me personally, I don't think it'd be that big of a deal if impulses were in the game. I think unless maybe you had like 9 stacked up in your inventory, hey, then maybe they would be worth carrying. But I think overall, if impulses were in the game, I don't think it'd make much of a big difference to just the current meta of the game anyway. I think, yeah, you'd see some players use them as like a nice way to rotate a bit faster, but as a whole, impulses were never that strong anyway, and I don't think they would be even within this meta. But hey, if they're added, and I'd like to see how they actually play within the game.
It's good analysis there from Levin. I just want to have them so we can see those awesome trick shots come on through there. See them on Twitter all the time. The impulse trick shot going to eliminate yourself. I liked them a lot better than the shockwave grenades, right? That
Shockwaves are like a just bouncy castle in the end game. Like literally, it's literally you have a team on the end game, and then someone just fly up. Like I hated shockwaves so much. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, definitely changed the meta, as we'll see what gets changed at, again, that's 4 a.m. Eastern, so that's 6 hours 6 hours later, I think, for CET, but I'm not too sure. So go check out it's in your in-game client as well. It makes it nice and big and bold. But the question is going to be the leaderboard. Who is on top? Will Team Dynamite be able to? They fell a little bit earlier than we expected, and Flutter Boys and them picking it up. Now Team Best Players and them need to improve their series leaderboard score by a lot to be able to qualify in, right? So we're looking to see that as well. It's going to come down to the last game. Again, make sure you're following WarLegend here on Twitch and on Twitter at WL Fortnite. That is where the series leaderboard will be posted after these games, and that is where you will find out your final 25 players that will make it into the grand finals on the 16th and the 18th. They will be playing for 50 50,000 euros. Oh,
That's ridiculous.
you know,
Man.
everyone's like, squads is over. We don't have to play that great. We don't have to play that awesome. But
Yeah.
if you get the chance to play for 50,000 euros and you're not taking advantage of it, you need to reevaluate some things, right? If you're a competitive player, you should be always trying to be at your best. And if you're able to play for this amount of money, you need to be at the top of your game and you need to be playing. And for example, like Levin talked about it, for the squads that are at the top of the leaderboard that haven't played since week 1 for Benji Fishing and Company, it's going to be hard. They're going to have to adjust. Of course, there's only been a week since FCS had finished. We will see exactly as that finished. As of course, best players with them at 77 or 777. 11. Whew, what a score.
Yeah, it's 777. They're chilling on top, right? But like we've said in the past, Dynamite close behind, only what 36 away. So, you know, as much as they're on top, they're not, you know, completely chilling. They could be easily overtaken. And obviously 96 bots coming in clutch with the last game, able to improve their score even more and try and close the gap a bit. There's still quite a big gap for about 80 points or so. So hey, I just want to see how these last games play out and if we can maybe see best players have another pop-off game, man. That's what I really want to see.
I want to see it as well. As the game will be started here shortly. We'll be getting into the last game. Last game. Reminder, if you say anything rude or just absolutely disgusting in the chat, we will just permaban you. We have no regard there for that. So it is not allowed. So don't say anything rude about anybody here on the broadcast or any of the players. It's not advised. Of course, there is banter. Banter is allowed back and forth, right? With you, with the players, right? It's allowed. But if you're just outright rude, I don't care. I'm just gonna ban you. So don't do that.
You know, speaking of some banter, Clay, want to give a shout out to Vitality Ads ADZ. Obviously, I talk about the story from the past season, right, where you know trolled him in game and like he kind of flamed me. He reached out to me and apologized for that. So shout out to him. Shout out to him, man.
No way he did.
No, I respect that, man. I respect that. That's a nice gesture from him. So yeah, me and him are no longer enemies. We are now the best of friends. So.
That is, you know, storylines, everybody coming together around the holidays. This feels good, man. And as we wait for that game to get started, I want to thank everybody again. I already told you to follow WarLegend, but while we're talking about more than likely on Twitter, go follow Levin on Twitter. At Levin2K. Go check him out. Yeah. Go follow Levin. He'll post his thoughts after the thing. I think he's kind of been slacking a little bit on his Levin afterthoughts. They're gonna call him out there on that. As he's gonna have to post it as the series will culminate here after this game. We'll get to the championship in the next week. So I'm calling him out. I want to see it. Go follow him so you can see it as well. Check out his YouTube. Check out his Twitch. You check out mine as well. Clay Sailing on every social media. I am there. We are present in the Fortnite community, just making sure that you guys get access to the best quality of games and, you know, best quality of competitive content as well. Levin doing the podcast. If you guys want to see players from this on the podcast, if you want to see CRR on the podcast, Petro, tag them, say, hey, get on Levin's podcast. We'll see where players are deciding to drop this time around as we're finally getting into game number 6.
Yo, am I paying you for this promotion, man? all these nice gestures, bro. Tuning into all of the drop spots, everyone landing. You see all the llamas spread out around the map. I like the way they're spread. It's like a nice little formation there. You see the last match winners. You see how they did last match. They're chilling. 96 spots doing a great job, and we see them landing as well. See Camo. Looks like they kind of split actually. I like this. CR picking up a kill in the kill feed.
He did. No, he picked up 2 down. CRR. They're getting challenged up inside of Sweaty. CRR he's 1v4ing right now as he takes down Artur. It's only one player remaining. The Devils' one squad decided to land on him, and CRR just absolutely taking them on out. And the GG, well played there from them.
CR just 1v4 the squad. What more can I say? Like You see it here, 4 eliminations. He's just 1v4 without a shotgun, guys. Without a shotgun. 1v4 without a shotgun. Wow. I don't know what to break down. Like, wow, he picks up a super chest. Only a pistol there. He doesn't even opt to pick it up. I would, because he doesn't really have much, and you can just use it as like an SMG replacement. But wow, 1v4.
1v4 indeed, as we'll move over to Cracky again. Inside of Cracky, Clear's looking to get some shots here with that sniper rifle, but not going to be able to connect. There's nothing has come through yet, so obviously you can't connect under shots if nothing comes through. We'll see those. He's starting to farm on up. Craggy heavily contested this time around. We'll see exactly if what they're able to do is going to be enough to make it out on top this time. Now ADZ, we talked about him apologizing there for the flame on 11. We'll see Marcotti taking the high ground there. Cracky just trying to use that spray just to get the damage off. Shotgun to come through, but not going to be a lot of damage. And now they know they have the advantage in terms of HP, but Marcotti going down. He will be knocked and more than likely eliminated. As Hutty going to finish him on off there. Confirm that elimination is Cracky with 0 builds. Just now has to sit inside of some builds that are not his own and wait for the player to make the edit. No, he says, I'm going to go aggressive, trying to pick up something, but nothing going to be picked up there for him, trying to make the shot, but he's in a player's box. He has gotten lost a little bit as jam site goes down as well.
Yeah, there's it's an interesting battle going on here. Obviously, we've seen them be successful here throughout all of the other games. And as Cracky does fall there. Interesting battle. I don't know. It's not going necessarily in one way. Seems pretty even, but ads just go down, which leaves Sharks in a 1v8 situation, which he's just hiding without a shotgun. So
as we swap over to Sigma Spin Pro and Company here inside of Slurpee Swamp, seems like they have decided to get into the action, and that's going to be, I believe, Air Triceratops team down below. They've got the high ground, and they're looking to pick off these players, but I hate fighting in this building, and I don't know about these players, but this building not looking good is Dipper. Unfortunately, going to fall there to NG Gooden there. Again, playing with the fill there. Neo being that fill, going to go ahead and finish off that elimination. Confirm that player as they found out the last remaining member here. A couple of the players, as Viper going to go down there. You see Shark going down there as well. A lot of players starting to fall, and this is not looking good here for the enemy team, and they, well, just have all been eliminated.
Yeah, that was a quick, swift, efficient. Any other words I can use there? Nice way to pick up a squad wipe, and tune in here to the lazy fight that we've been so interested in all of these games and all of these sessions, right? Only 1 kill so far, but Aircon looking to use that SMG to his advantage, and he does. Picking up the knock there, and the elimination will come in shortly after, I'm sure, but they are not going to stop using his tac shotgun to pick up some nice tags, and another knock in their favor. This fight is pretty easy for them right now, I'm not going to lie.
Pretty easy indeed. They had the confidence in going, so they decided to, hey, we're just going to go wipe this team, and we're going to hop in a boat again, and this is the squad, or sorry, not this squad, Orc and them hopping in a boat, my apologies. This squad, though, looking very, very good. Maybe hopping in a boat, but they're actually, fun fact, they're going to have to deal with Orc and them, as the Orc and them are in that boat as well. We'll see, though, as shots go off there. There's the boat right there. They're now looking to take fights with the Vic and company, as we do see an elimination. It did come through there. I believe they found a third party, as now they're the ones getting in that boat, literally just sitting in the boat. Third party and Squawks. I don't know what this play is, but it worked out before for that 11.
Yeah, they're just using the boat as like suppressive fire, right? Because obviously explosive damage, you know, it's rare that it's ever going to actually do damage to someone, but it is going to have to force them to keep building and using up their mats while you can close the gap between them. You see Orc taking a lot of damage here, which is not ideal. He's trying to just chill, regroup, be able to get some space to use his minis, but the player is aware of this, right? They know that he's low, they know he's low on white, so they're just going to look to keep on pressuring. And he's just going to probably just be calling for his teammates to come support him, give him some sort of outlet. And they do, right? The SMG spray coming in for his teammate, giving him some space to move. But the player's still on his ass. Plays still in his ass, but gets getting knocked in the end there, fortunately. And this fight just seems to be maybe slowing down a bit. We see Hunter here looking to make some sort of play.
Yeah, good. Some of these squads on that cusp of elimination. Not exactly sure where this squad is. So 10th place overall in the series leaderboard. So they are fine. And I think Miami secures Erican going to go down. Lestream X Erican, I believe, is their name there. Not looking good as the Vic is falling as well. And this squad, I think, just completely wiped them there. They're sitting on 8 eliminations. And again, we've talked about 8 eliminations going in. The last moments of this game going to be very, very, very good for them.
Yeah, this is obviously the final game, guys. The final games of all the sessions, man. I'm Clay, but at the same time, I'm excited to be able to get to the finals. It's been so great being able to cast these with you, man. Like all these sessions have been amazing.
Definitely need to make it amazing as we see Hackscore Company in the firing line of Mitro and them literally setting up. And again, this is what we talked about. They rotate ahead of teams that they know are going to rotate in, and they're going to sit there and wait to get shots onto them as Gaming Kudo is going back into the zone. We'll see, decides, hey, we know that Mitro and them are there. We're going to completely rotate away. And this is what you have to do. If you know there's a team that's going to hold you in zone, you have to rotate against them, and you have to go opposite. They do have a bandit cannon as well as a lot of floppers. So this rotate not going to cost them a lot, and we'll see they're able to make it on out as NG Gooden actually going to get some shots there onto, I believe, CRR. As he playing away from his teammate. Definitely not the best idea knowing who those players are, 11.
Yeah, they're gonna have to chill out. That's probably the best way to say it. Chill out. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Just focus on getting towards the zone, because once again, like you said, you rotate into those guys, chances are you're gonna die. But he's just waiting around for his teammates to catch up, I guess, just kind of jumping around aimlessly. And hopefully they're going to decide to get a move on and get towards the zone.
I agree. They'll need to get to that zone. They pulled all the way to the northwest, all the way towards Craggy. So going to have to get a lot of ground covered quickly as NG Gooden and company continue to farm on up. This is the map. You see that orange dots there. Those orange arrows, my apologies. Those are going to be Mitro and company. And the bottom there, my Salty, that was NG Gooden and them. The Dynamite squads are those yellow arrows in the center right by the apple orchard. And again, a little bit of a lighter lobby players, you know, deciding, hey, maybe they're not playing or something. Again, you have to be careful. You got to finish these games out. You know, you're committing to these games. You need to finish them out. We'll see a nice pickup there, though. They do pick up the drop. CR with 4 eliminations. Picked up every single player there of the DB's1 squad. And it was very, very good there from him. So, setting them up for success right now. They're rotating ahead, not trying to find teams outside. We will see, of course, I think Stepter and company are to fight on the edge of zone, as we do see Dimton's Pepper actually going to go down as well. That's going to be interesting to see. And this is going to be the fight, as we saw 96 bots there in 3rd place. This is a very defining game here for them. Again, they were, I believe, at 20th place coming into today. So already for them improving their leaderboard score 11, but they definitely want to continue to improve it as much as they can.
Yeah, they're going to have to try and make the most of this last game. Camo picking up a nice shot there and keeping the high ground as well. On top of that, he's going to have to out Blue Tack and the Scar chilling on the loot, but gets coned off there and potentially losing the high ground. He's got to be careful that's playing this box, and he does get knocked. Mini finally eliminating him as well there. And his teammates are going to have to try and make the most out of it. And Fledamore, he gets completely destroyed as well. And it just leaves Pepper and Ryder in a 2vx situation where they're just going to have to do the most they can. Trap goes down, Ryder falls, and Pepper does as well. And that's going to be a full squad wipe for eternity.
What a good wipe there, nonetheless. Now they have 8 eliminations. They took out a team Craggy. They took out a team here. And they're looking really, really good. And I don't know where this squad was. I don't actually know if they were on the series leaderboard at all, but looking good as, NG Gooden gonna get grenaded, and guess who it is? It's none other than Mitro, CRR, Falcony, and Cancel as they're looking to get more. Hold on, wait a minute. We've got a both play coming in.
The boat play coming. What was that? Wait.
That was Indy Waguden shooting the RPG of the boat in front of them, so it bounced them back a little bit. But seems like the boat play not going to be as effective as Orchid Neb's boat play down at Misty Meadows. But I mean, hey, I'd love to see more boat plays, as Hanky is going to be knocked there by Demon, and Jiguda going to 90 for the high ground and doing very great 90s. But RPG going to come out, doesn't actually take any fall damage there. Shots continue to come through. He's going to continue to fall there, chopping him down like a lumberjack. Shots coming through. NG going to go down, unfortunately, there to Kensel, as they're looking very, very dominant. They pick up another elimination, so now they'll be sitting on 5 RPGs coming in. Indy Waguden going to hit his shots there. Actually going to take CR, Kensel, and Falcony all there. Down very low. We'll see. Rezumi falls to Hunter there. The elimination feed. Orc and Squawk's going to take down Laurel, as well as Rezumi finished on off their shots. Continue to come on through here. This fight going to take a little bit longer, as this squad wants to draw it out Indy Waguden and them want to take place as well towards the top, because coming into this, they were at 24th 11, sitting at 544 points, so they need to find as many eliminations as they can. Shots continue to come through. We'll see if they are not close to improving their series into more score as all, as we do see Lucky Demon going down. Scepter, the only remaining member there for the fall. Sigma Spin Pro gonna fall. Indy Waguden gonna be the only remaining member here fighting Nitro. CRR, Falcony, and Kensel is shot raiding through. He's gonna hit some, but unfortunately he will fall, as well as Scepter is playing hide and go seek on the other side.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that Indy Gooden fell there, right? Because I actually think that he played pretty well there in that situation, in that fight. I like some of the plays he made. Unfortunately, with his teammates falling, there wasn't much he can do, and with Mitra and company, they're not gonna stop until every single player on your squad is dead. So there was practically no chance he lives there, unfortunately. Oh, a little trap play going on. Stepson did a good job to avoid it, but he's not going to be able to avoid it for much longer. And he has his own little trap play, but regardless, is able to... It was full, sorry, and Hunter ended up dying as a result of the trap play. Stepson picking up another... Ooh, I don't think he'll get the elimination, but picking up a nice little knock, even though he is dead. Oh, wow, oh, wow.
I don't think they're going to be able to carry him out. That's so... very, very far away. That was Scepter almost nice. Going out with that play. He's nice with it. We'll swap over it now. We did see Falcony fall, but they're sitting on so many eliminations, doing a little bit of dance there for us, Mitro. Doing a little jaunty dance. We do see 6 grenades, actually more than 6 grenades. Still 12 grenades here for him. CRR can confirm has 6 grenades as well. Kinsel sitting on 0 grenades, and I'm interested to see what they're able to do. Definitely looking to catch players rotating on the backside of zone just to pick up those eliminations, and they know players coming in will be a little weaker. And if zone pulls to them, they know that they don't have to worry about players rotating behind them.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. They should be aware of that, right? And I'm sure they will, considering that when so positioning, you see the zone moving here, and you see CRR, leader of this team, looking at everything around him, and I'm sure just making a call, making some sort of smart, informed decision here. He's still got quite a bunch of nades, right? And look, he marks a team, and I think we all know what this means. Yeah, you see the marker go down, guys. Be prepared to watch as we see a nade showcase take place.
Yeah, we'll see. They have a lot of grenades. I think 24 is what I counted there to come on through, as you hear more pings being made. And there's the 65 meter, but RPGs are coming in. This squad that is fighting them is going to be the Eternity squad. And now Eternity, this game, have been looking very, very good. And they have the high ground, pushing into a team on high ground. Going to be very, very hard to pick up those eliminations of the shots that you normally would want.
Yeah, they've stopped this kind of nade play from happening yet. I'm sure Mitra and company will still be looking for it, but they've been applying some great pressure, stopping them from being able to have any sort of room to work with here, and that pressure's not stopping. You see Mitra and company with the pressure of their own. Kindle using the RPG to kind of create some space, allow his teammates to get some nades off, and the nade's not connecting, but regardless, some good pressure being applied.
good pressure indeed, and that's all you really need before that. Then you're able to make things happen based on your raw ability there. The zone is coming in. Both squads going to have to rotate through. Kensel and them going to have to give up on the fight that they wanted. As the RPGs continuing to come on through here from above, it's if anything, it made both teams just waste mats and RPGs, and I think both teams accomplished it. They wanted just to stay alive here. As we'll wait for that half in, half out zone. We'll get one final prediction from the sessions here from us, Levin. Where do you think that half in, half out is gonna go?
Well, I'm going northeast. I'm going for that northeast side. I think it's gonna go over there. Clay, what do you think, man?
Ooh, northeast. Now, see, that was interesting because, right? Oh, wait a minute.
That was nice.
He got the elim.
Oh my gosh, that was so nice. What the hell?
Wow. Oh, here comes the grenades as they're raining from below. Not actually going to hit any of the grenades, but grenades nonetheless. I didn't get to predict, but it went towards where you said, Levin.
Yeah.
It went towards the northeast. You're correct. And now these squads, every squad not inside the zone, is every single squad not inside the zone. Now everybody has to rotate in. This squad in particular are going to have a very hard rotate.
Yeah, but as much as their rotate will be difficult, pardon me, they're still going to be good, right? They're going to go through the edge of zone, and I don't even think it will be that difficult because they're kind of going here unnoticed, right? Everyone focusing on getting in. We've seen this be common. Obviously, there's that team here sitting on the edge of the cliff. We're over here at Craggy Cliffs. Team on the edge of the cliff just looking to hold them, but at the end of the day, I think they're going to be able to get in, and they've got some good loot, and like you said, they've been on a roll so far this game, right? They're doing a good job this game.
Ooh, as we swap over to Mitro, them as they're getting tagged on up. Now, Mitro has heals there, so he can heal back on up. Kensel is going to fall there on the rotation. Swag going to be the one to take him out as CRR rotating through. He's got 12 builds. This is not what you wanted them to be, right? They use those builds to try to take the Eternity team down, and it's going to cost them a lot here unless they're able to make impact frags, unless they're able to make some very, very big plays. I don't expect them to make it to 7 zone.
Yeah, and it's going to be crucial that they need to that score as much as they can, because I'm not sure if people are aware, right? They have a penalty on their team, right? So they due to violations in previous sessions, they have a penalty, which means that whatever score they get now, there's going to be minus 200 taken away from it when it goes on the series leaderboard. So they need to make sure that they push as much as they can so that they are able to, secure themselves a spot in the finals, and hopefully they'll be able to stay alive and get some push, because I'd love to see these guys in form playing in the finals.
And as we swap over to a team that is playing in form, Eternity, playing very, very good right now, sitting on 9 eliminations. This squad has completely turned their gameplay around this today, right now, even in just this game, Evan.
Yeah, they've been going off this game, right? They took out the Vitality ads and his squad in the early stage of the game, landing over here at Craggy actually, right? And since then they've just continued to stay on top and stay positive throughout the game. Obviously the high ground being contested now, so you see them fighting for it, but hopefully they'll be able to come out on top. They've got a bit of a sticky rotation if they do lose the high ground, and it looks like they're able to maintain it. Wow, what do you make of this so far, Clay, man? I'm looking forward to this.
It's gonna be hard for everybody here to try to pick up the victory, especially with that dominant of a team on high ground, right? They weren't playing that well coming into this, but now playing very, very well this time around. We'll see what players are able to do. As now we get into the 7 zone, and we do see Easy going to be knocked there by Croc, and I haven't, the 6 zone. We'll get into the 7 zone relatively soon here. And the question is, will Bistro and them continue to improve their score and be able to improve that series leaderboard and make it into the finals? As we do see Mash's going to go down. D-Mine's T going to fall, but he does take down Mash's. Again, a lot of players playing with Phil's here this time around. We do see Eternity them looking good. It's going off the side of the mountain, though. So while we talked about Mitro them not having a lot of builds, they are going to be able to make it into this 7 zone. Mitro does fall, and CRR will be the sole remaining survivor there. You see him, that orange team in the middle of your screen. He's going to have a hard time ahead of him as we move back over to the Eternity squad on the high ground, continuing to try to maintain it here, looking for those eliminations. Shots going through. CRR is actually going to take down a player. He takes down Darker Reno. as you see it in your elimination feed. CR is actually going to take down 2 players there. I maybe 2, maybe just 1, but CR doing very well. All of a sudden, solo play from him, looking very good, and he's continuing to get some plays here for his teammates. But unfortunately, he will fall there to Swag. So getting those elimination, getting those placement points, going to be very valuable for them as we see Swag down 2K. Croc still alive. ETQ did go down as Croc now 3 HP. Shots continue to come through. We need to be careful as he's Swag going to fall as well. It's going to be Croc versus the Eternity Boys, as well as Slicks versus the Eternity Boys. Slicks, the last remaining member. He's editing out, but I think unfortunately he will fall here as the Eternity Squad does take home the last victory of our sessions. They pick up a lot of eliminations along with it. I believe they had, well, if I did my math right, 17
kill win. 17 kill win, man. Yeah, you got some point. And that was a great game for them, man. Able to turn it around. Before this game, they were sitting at about 18th on the leaderboard. I'm not sure if this game will be enough, right, to actually push them, to a point where their points will be good enough on the series leaderboard. But I'm sure that's what they were hoping for. And if it is enough, then that is incredibly clutch. Ooh, that was a good game, man. That we saw a lot of action take place, and I'm just waiting, man, to see who is going to be competing in the finals by the end of it. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
I am excited as well. It's going to be very, very, very close. Again, the series leaderboard will be updated on Twitter after the broadcast. I believe that's the way we've done it. I will get confirmation just to make sure here that I'm not, talking bad about that and putting the team on the spot. But overall, a great game. We saw Mitra them dominate. Like Levin said, the way the penalties are applied, it does come off your series leaderboard score, even if you improve it. So I'll be sure them are improving their score. And it seems like with the way they are playing, they were at 777 points. CR got to 5th place with 7 eliminations just on him. The squad had a lot as well. So it looks like they may be able to make it through the finals. We'll see again. That's just how it works. Make sure you follow Twitter at WL Fortnite on Twitter. Here, let me see if I can get that for you in the chat so we can get everything rounded up. 11. What a great day of games.
You muted, Cook.
Oh, players absolutely popped off.
Yeah, today was a great day of Fortnite. We saw some great things happen today. Oh my gosh, we saw some amazing plays. We saw an amazing win from Mitra's squad. We saw some great play from my guys, Dan Skerner. They were consistent in every single game I saw them. We saw Dynamite be so impressive and show us why they're one of the better squads in all of EU. And I'm just excited to see who our 25 teams will be. Like I said, if you want to see who are going to be the 25 teams that play in the finals next week, be sure to follow WarLegend on Twitter so that you can see the series leaderboard the series going to be playing.
Yeah, and as we wait for that final leaderboard to be updated, I want to shout out the Eternity team, right? Because let's talk about that for a little bit before we get to that leaderboard. First game, 15th place. Second game, 14th place. Third game, 16th place. Fourth game, 21 place. They go from that to immediately turning around and getting 6th place and then a victory royale. That is really, really, really good to be able to do that, to turn around your mindset and to be able to pick up a victory royale with a lot of eliminations. We saw 17, maybe 18. Of course, we'll see as the leaderboard will be updated here as soon as we can get it to you guys. But that is very, very impressive from them, able to keep that mindset positive and able to turn around their gameplay.
Yeah, they were able to turn things around. And I think maybe for them it was, hey guys, as it stands, we're not going to be able to compete in the finals, and just kind of having a pop-off game to try clutch things up and see if they can get themselves back into contention. And they're in 7th place, 605 points. That may be enough to get them in the top 25. I don't actually know. We'll have to wait and see it on Twitter if they are. But if they were able to get their way into the finals with that one game, oh my gosh, that would be incredible. We're looking at the leaderboard, best players up at the top, 937 points. That's the best we've seen, right? Other than week 1, right?
Yeah, other than week 1, that is a really good performance there from them. Average 8th place, 69 eliminations, doing very well. Of course, Team Dynamite there in 2nd. Dynamite won't improve their series leaderboard scores. They had 880 on the series leaderboard, but Dan Skerna also going to, I believe, actually Dan Skerna I believe, was sitting in, if I would remember correctly, 27th place on that series leaderboard 11. So that is going to be really good there for them because that pretty much guarantees them a spot in the finals.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see all of these teams, making big plays for the Dunskerner is a team I 100% want to see in the finals and competing to try to do what they can to win part of that 50,000 cash prize. Obviously, best players, right? We mentioned the penalty, right? Even with taking away minus 200 from this 937, I'm sure 737 will be enough for them to secure their spot in the finals, which will be great. I'm sure they'll be ecstatic about that. And as a whole, man, some great plays we've seen throughout all of the 6 sessions we've had, Claire.
Very great session, very great games indeed. So, reminder, if you want to find out who the top 25 are going to be, make sure you follow the link that I'm posting in chat right now. Make sure, I'm posting V in chat because, I'm not, there you go. The link, not the V's, but make sure you follow that link. Go follow it. Go check it out. It's been a pleasure casting with you today, Levin. Make sure you check him out as well while you're over there on Twitter at Levin2K. Check him out. Drop him a follow. You can drop me a follow as you're over there as well. Clay Staling on all social medias. As Levin2K is the same. Levin2K on all social medias. Thank you. It has been a pleasure. You guys have a great night, and we will see you next Monday for the finals. Bye-bye.
Choppers, better took those risks. Cold blood in my fists, we fire starters. One out of a million will reach those heights. Always get a feeling that I won't deny that work. Never could toss. Look in my eyes, I'm on the rocks, rise. A couple milli now, I'm causing a commotion. I've been coasting, hear my name around the world like an explosion.